Good
Good
evening,
evening.
everybody. Hey,
What's
how
popping?
is everyone doing today? I know we have a lot of you waiting for us, and apologies for the slight delay. T would be in about 15 minutes. So we are going to get ready for a great show tonight. And I'm just going to begin with a little affirmation. As y'all can see, we are wearing our green, and mine is army green, yet it is green. And the purpose of me saying that is always have your options because you must never ever run out of options. Now I told them this is the only green that I had. I had another color green, but it was a little bit too hot. But yet I'm gonna stand on my word that it is green. So when you do something, stand on your word. Don't back down. But let's get ready for a great show today. And again, as I said, you always must keep your options open in everything in your life. Keep your options open, and you will never give out of things to do or people to see. So let's get it popping.
All right. Love it.
And we're gonna give. I guess I'm gonna give it over to Nell. Y'all, we're gonna talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is episode 77. As we moving down the track, getting closer
No,
to the end.
78, isn't it? 78.
77. We were 76 last week.
Oh, okay.
Karen D is jumping ahead. She's excited. She wants to get closer to that 100. So we can't knock her excitement. So, right, as y'all know, this is icebreaker time. We always hit y'all with the icebreaker of the week. So here it is. Are you honest with yourself? Right? Which is a great question. How honest are you with yourself? And I'll let you ladies go around and answer that question, and then we'll get the comments from the audience.
I'm learning to be a little more gentle with myself. I'm not always honest and true to my feelings and really the things that I need to either work on or focus on. So I try to be I've gotten better over time, and I'm learning to be a little more honest with myself each and every day. But I find myself still putting the brakes on a little bit and not being fully open and honest with myself. So I'm working on it, a work in progress.
Well, it depends on where what area it is. In some areas, I'm probably a little bit over honest with myself, and in some, I'm not honest enough. Um, I'm working on that. I'm the type of person, being an Aquarius, probably, but I run from emotion. So when it comes to emotional things, I'm not quite honest with myself, but I'm working on it because I find that to be honest with yourself and face whatever it is that you need to face, then you can come to terms with whatever is going on. So I try to be honest with my. I'm trying to get better in that area, and I try to stay true to myself. I mean, that's the way I try to live. Be true to who I am.
Um, Absolutely. That's a great question. Being honest with, I think, for myself, I try to, make sure I'm doing a lot of soul searching because that's where you find a lot of questions that you can
Mhm.
answer yourself. Am I walking in my truth? Am I doing the things that I say I represent? Um, is my behaviors conducive of the energy that I'm putting forth? And you got to answer those tough questions, and you also got to be able to not only answer those tough questions, but you have to be able to adjust and also understand if that those questions are not yeses, and there are more nos than yeses, and become real with yourself and understand that, what I mean, if it ain't what it is that you say you are, then you gotta make the change, and you gotta be able to point the finger at yourself, because that's the only way that you're going to get better. So, are you honest with yourself? I think is a real good question, And I engage the audience out there, our our group, to comment it and say, are you honest with yourself? Whatever thoughts do y'all have on that?
I think it is definitely important to be able to find out where you see your faults at being. You know what I mean? Pointing the finger at yourself.
Hmm.
That's really important. If you're not able to do that, or until you're able to do that, then you're not able to be fully honest with yourself, So that's a good point.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you're not living in reality if you don't. You
Right.
know, you are. And I think when people find themselves not being honest with themselves, they're not happy in life in general.
Mhm.
You know, they are running from something,
Right.
or they are living their lives to adjust to others. So to be honest with yourself, you have to really be yourself, regardless of who like it or who don't like it. You have
Right.
to be honest and live your truth. That's the only way you're gonna totally be honest with yourself.
Right. Right. And that's it. Typically, like hiding your truths really to please others sometimes. And I find that in myself.
Right.
I find that in myself a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Just so that I
Hmm.
do not, trigger someone else, or ruffle someone else's
Right.
feathers, or, and I think that's the oddest thing, but it is just how I am as an individual. So I'm learning to get better with that, and loving myself more enough to be truthful and honest with myself.
So
Right.
Diana
And I
says.
think we're all guilty of that part.
Mhm.
So Diana says, coming from the comment section, not totally honest. I hold back on emotions. Um, what do you think about that?
Yeah,
We'll talk
that's
about
not.
Mhm.
Well, that's what I said to Diana. Emotionally, I am not honest with myself because that is something I try to have control over. Um, yeah, that's something I just have to work on because those emotions are something that I do not like. I do not like. I do not like emotions. I hate them.
Yeah.
I know it's not right, but I do.
I guess now part B to that question is um, honesty, right? And facts based honesty and emotion based honesty, right?
Mhm.
Is it a difference?
Hmm.
Are we holding ourselves accountable for fact based honesty versus emotionally based honesty? If that makes any sense. Like how are
What do you
we
mean fact based?
how how are we holding ourselves accountable for factual truths versus emotional truths? Like if we're overly emotional, or if we're emotional about something, we tend to look at things with a jaded eye, right? And now sometimes facts are involved in that versus something that's a fact, we kind of glaze over it and we don't put as much emphasis into it and being honest with that situation to being, all right, this is what this looks like, and putting our facts lens on it versus our emotional lens on it.
Yeah. I think that's the hardest part. That's the hardest thing to do sometimes, especially in certain circumstances and situations, because we're such emotional beings that most of the time we sometimes glaze, like you said, glaze over the facts and what's the true basis of what's going on. You know what I mean? Because we're dealing with those emotions. So I think it's you have to find like a space where you take the emotions out of it, you leave that, you allow yourself to feel the emotions, but then you kind of take them out of it so that you can get to the factual basis of things, and then you can operate a little bit better to see. But you have to find an easy way to do that, and it's pretty difficult.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So while we wait for T to come on, which he won't be much longer before we get into, our next topic, let's go around the room and gauge, our mental health. We haven't done that in a while. And, throughout the course of the week, we go through our daily rituals, our daily routines. What is our mental health looking like out there, people? Let's start with the panel right here, and then we're going to take it to the audience and see how our mental health is right now.
Well, first, can we just address you, Mr. Ruffin? I just want to tell you that it is amazing to meet you this evening.
Thank you,
It is
thank
a,
you.
I just love it. Karen, did you not notice we have Mr. Ruffin on the panel tonight?
A special guest,
Special
Uh,
guest.
special guest.
oh, okay. No, I didn't notice. I'm lost on that one.
Nell was unavailable today, right? So we know I had to step in and sing a solo tonight. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
uh,
Mr. David Ruffins of the Temptations, you know what I mean? One of my favorite movies of
oh,
all.
okay.
I
Yes, I
just wanted
love it.
to,
I
add some
love it.
light. But
Oh, okay.
some of the questions that to answer the question that I asked. Mental
Yeah.
health is looking real nice right now,
Mhm.
on a nice little, clear path. You know what I mean? And sometimes things can get in our way, individuals, situations to where, sometimes we need to step back and just adjust. And again, that's being honest with yourself. That goes back to the icebreaker question that was asked. Sometimes you just got to step back and you always can't entertain every little thing somebody says or does, right? Even if it's not accordance to, you know, which your beliefs or, how you feeling at that moment. You always just got to, let them be great. And I had an opportunity this week to get in Nell mode, but I just tried to, I just let it go and just say, you know what, it's almost better not to address it than to address it. Because at the end of the day, the moment I address it and I address it the way I'm used to addressing things, I become the fool. I
Mhm.
become now the monster. I become now the problem, the culprit, because at that moment I can say I don't have to always go into a fight looking for a fight. I can allow that person to swing, and as long as they're not connected and hurting me, they got it. So my mental health is kind of good right now.
Hmm.
You know what I
Good,
mean?
good, good. It is Mental Health Awareness
That's
Month, I
good.
believe.
Absolutely.
It is Mental Health Awareness Month,
Hmm.
and it's important to protect that energy for the tasks that are deserving of it. Sometimes, people bring in energy that is just, you just why even entertain it? You know what I mean? There's so many other things to deal with, and you just have to protect your energy and your space. And if you got to let off a little bit, sure, we're human. That's what we do. But if we can contain it to the point where we're like, you know what, I'm not addressing that. I ain't even on that. I'm on to something else. Then then we preserve our energy.
Nice. Well, Miss
Exactly.
365, before we get to Karen, Miss 365 says, my mental health is a little iffy right now. Being sick and changes in my life the last week has really got me in my feelings. Um, I think that's the beauty of this show is it helps us connect with our people. And you never know.
Hmm.
And I say this all the time. I use this platform as therapy. I use this as a therapeutic session for myself because I'm actually allowed to. I'm in a space where I can share my views, my thoughts openly. You know what I mean? We're uncensored here. Our minds are not controlled. They're strong. But it's individuals like yourself who allows us to just wrap our arms around each other and love on each other. And that's what you need right now. You know what I mean? You need
Hmm.
that extra love and care that we're here to provide for you. Unfortunately, I can't hug you right now. I can give you a virtual hug, but you always know that you're in my prayers. That's somebody, just for people out there looking and viewing, Miss 365 is actually somebody that's a part of a lot of our platforms. She's a part of the Friday Night Light family. She's a part of the Uncensored Mind family. And she has went through her challenges and adversities, and she always comes out with a smile on her face. And little do you know that's therapeutic for all of us that you're around. So Ronnie, I wanted to say to you that we love you here. I love you, and all of us love you, and just want you to know that you're not in this by yourself. If you ever need a shoulder to lean on, cry on, or just want to hug, we're always here for you.
Yes.
Karen, what
That's
about
right.
you, Karen? What's up? What's up with your little mental this week?
Oh, my mental is on chill. I stay on chill. That's why I'll stay to myself. I mean, and T always kid me about getting out. I need to get out. I protect my mental by protecting my energy. If I get around someone and that energy is not feeling right, I make myself scarce. Because when you continuously be in an uncomfortable situation, or when you continuously be around that energy that is not magnetic to your own energy, then that is what happens. It attacks you mentally. Sometimes you don't even realize what's going on. You just don't feel like yourself. When it's like that, check the energies around you. That's all you have to do. Check the people around you. Because a lot of times you don't know what they have going on and what kind of energies or negative energies they're sending your way. So when you're feeling like that, get to yourself. Don't be afraid to get to yourself. I learned to love myself because I had to learn that myself, a lot of times, is all that I can depend on. And when I get to myself, that's when I begin to meditate and get back to the me. I mean, I do my cleansing. I do my cleansing and make sure that mentally I stay sane. Sometimes it look like I'm insane to others, but I'm sane. So
Like,
I pray for you, and I do a lot of prayer. I do a lot of prayer. I'm not saying that I'm holy. Y'all know on the panel, I am not holy, but I am a God fearing person that know where to go to when these feelings come to you.
nice. So, looks like Rhonda Brown may need our prayers as well. My mental health is at a standstill.
Mhm.
I'm drained physically and mentally. I don't have the energy sometimes, and it's hard taking care of my granny with dementia.
Yeah, prayers up, Rhonda. Prayers
Yeah,
up.
that's a hard one. That's a
Hmm.
hard one. I've been there. That's actually when I began meditating. My father and my mother, both of them had that before passing on. So I had to learn to stay sane in order to continue to keep them sane as possible. Yeah, you have a fight on your hands, but it's not a lost cause. It's not a lost cause at all. God give you strength that you never knew that you had. So lean on that strength, but you have to go inside yourself to find that strength. You're not going to find it around other energies. You just not. Go into your own heart.
So, fortunately enough, we've made it to May, right? The years flying by. Before you know it, we'll be in the summer months, and we'll then be again back in winter, and also
Hmm.
looking at the end of the year. May, if you haven't noticed, we're wearing green, and Aisha touched on that a minute ago. Is green is the color of mental health, right? So it just so happens that we're wearing green, and it's Mental Health Awareness Month. It also is Lupus Awareness Month. Um, I know we posted something on Uncensored Minds, the group. We've posted it on our own platforms, Raw Honey, Karen D on the Move, also mine, Friday Night Lights, and we touched on lupus. I know a number of us know someone with lupus, close and near and dear to us. Aisha, I know you posted something earlier in regards to a family member that has it.
Yes, my sister. She has lupus nephritis, which is the form of lupus that attacks her kidneys. Well, that attacked her kidneys. She had a kidney replacement about 5 years ago. She actually learned that she had lupus nephritis about 10 years ago. And they were actually treating her for rheumatoid arthritis at first. The medicine wasn't working. Then they started testing her for MS and just other autoimmune diseases, and they couldn't really everything. Sometimes the autoimmune diseases kind of masks themselves as something else, so they really couldn't pinpoint exactly what it was until her kidney failed and she was rushed to the hospital. She was to the toxic point. She was almost out of here. It almost took her out of here, but they were able to get a grapple on it, and she's still here. She's still pushing. She's got that kidney. She's doing good. She has her moments, but it is definitely a tough, debilitating disease. And I just say stay strong to everyone who's fighting with it, dealing with it. Shout out to those people that are supporting those family members who are dealing with it. It's definitely a struggle. So prayers for all.
Absolutely. We got individuals right here in our own very family, our Uncensored Minds family, Sustana Stubbins and also Cassandra Jacobs, who are suffering from lupus.
Wow.
These young ladies are amazing individuals, and you wouldn't even know it if you didn't know their story. But again, to all those that have struggled with lupus, lost their lives, or even a survivor and continuing to survive with it, our prayers are with you. So without further ado,
And
right?
well,
Uh-huh.
now I do want to bring up one other thing. I said to y'all Thursday, this month also is self-esteem awareness for teens. I know it may not sound like it's much, but for a teenager that have low self-esteem, it is a bit much because that too will lead to mental illness. So many teens take their lives, and it's sad. And it's because of low self-esteem, trying to keep up with the peers. So it is our jobs at home, as parents, as aunties, as grandmothers, uncles, whatever. If you see that your teen is not feeling the best about themselves or feeling low about themselves, find out why, build them up. Build them up to where they are, to what they were born to be. And do not allow the world to tear them down because they will grow up to be a stronger adult. So, yes, it is all of these awareness. So, we must be aware of lupus, praying for all of those that go through it, mental health as a whole, but self esteem for the teens. Let's not forget them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Damn, that's eye opening. And I know we said that in our preparatory meeting that we have every Thursday. And throughout the month, we will be touching on these various topics: mental health, lupus, and also teen awareness, right? Um,
Self esteem, teen
self-esteem,
awareness.
self-esteem awareness in
hmm
teens,
I,
and
I just remember it like this: self esteem for the teens.
self-esteem for the
For the
We
teens.
need to
teens.
build it.
Yeah.
Um,
hmm
there's somebody who I'm going to reach out to throughout the course of this month because she has an organization, and not to divulge too much into it before she gets on, but she has an organization where she's mentoring young adults, young children. She's a teacher here in the Philadelphia
hmm
school system. She's an author as well. Um, and she is someone who, took it upon herself to just do the very thing that needs to be done, and that's to, take a child, mentor them, grow them, and help them, become influential members of our society. And I'm going to try to get her on
Right.
here this month because she does a mentoring
Oh,
service
that'll be great.
Nice.
for the
That
young
would be
lady.
great.
She's
Yeah.
even tapped me on my shoulder to possibly at some point come to a luncheon and sit down with a group of young gentlemen and be a mentor to them. So we're going to try to get
hmm
her on here. Her name is Charlotte. To try to get her on here too. Talk about what she does
That would be
and
wonderful.
how inspirational she is to her community and also the young people in her community. That's a real big deal right there. So
Nice.
shout outs to all
All right.
the awards
So
that are that we
may,
face here
maybe you
today.
can give us a heads up, Nell, and we can have an audience to make sure they bring at least one team to that show just for that portion anyway.
Yes.
Most
Yeah.
definitely, most definitely, most definitely. So we're getting into our next topic here. Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk. So if you haven't been under a rock, you've heard his name several different times. He's synonymous with Tesla. He's the owner of Tesla. He is now owner of Twitter. And also he is the richest man in the world, right? So much power. Why are we talking about Elon Musk? Because Elon Musk recently, within this past week, has just bought Twitter, a social media giant, for $44 billion. And the reason why he went out and bought Twitter is because he hated the fact that Twitter wasn't allowing freedom of speech, right? So he said, if I can't change it, I'm just going to go buy it, then I can change it. So he went out there and purchased Twitter, right? A lot of people have been up in arms because they say, oh, it raises a number of questions. If individuals have freedom of speech, then we have issues with people being racist. We have bullying. We have narcissists. We have all different kind of things that come along with individuals opening up and speaking their minds. What's your thoughts?
You got to be
Well,
careful
I
there.
read, yeah, I mean, I read on him. Obviously, I was one of the people under the rock until this came up about Twitter. So I didn't even know the man existed. But I had to go into research for him. I wanted to soak up everything I could about him. Um, I found out that at 17, he moved to Canada, I believe it was, from South Africa. And so he had to fend for himself, although he was born rich or whatever. But he had to fend for himself. But he's a tough cookie. I, with him buying Twitter, if things do not go his way, or if anyone puts something on there that he does not approve of, Elon Musk is just gonna pull whatever he wants away. I mean, that's the type of man that I have read him to be.
Yeah, and I think it's
So, I mean,
I I I think you're right, Karen, and I also think that too it's important. This could be definitely a slippery slope because what he's talking about, freedom of speech, sure, we all should be able to, express ourselves and have a platform where we can share opinions and our feelings, our concerns, whether it be politics, whether it be personal, whether it be entertainment, whatever the case may be. But then, if he's wanting to open up the forum just a tad bit more, then we have room for antagonistic behaviors and threats and racism and sexual misconduct or whatever the case may be to pose under the guise of being freedom of speech. And that's a dangerous place to be, especially when social media is so very influential in a lot of people's lives, especially younger people as well. So we got to be careful here, and it'll be interesting to see what he will do with it now that he has, that control, and how far he will go to allowing the censorship to open up, even more.
right. And then, you have to bear in mind, he know that he still have the competition of IG. You still have the competition of Facebook. And they offer things that Twitter does not offer so far. IG, that's where all of the main people go. You have TikTok. So he have a lot of competition out there. And I think for that reason of him having that competition, he's not going to do too much too much to like jeopardize the subscribers. Because I mean, he can have all the power he wants. But if you make your customers dissatisfied, they will walk. I mean, Twitter is big, but I don't think you have that. I mean, you have a certain type of people that go to Twitter. Then you have a certain type of people that does TikTok and IG and so on and so forth. So you do have more of the, I guess, professional people, political people that is on Twitter. So he's not gonna piss those people off either. I mean, I don't know. It's just gonna be interesting to see within the next 6 months to a year just how Twitter grows or not grow. I'm anxious about
Twitter honestly will grow even bigger. Twitter is not going nowhere. Twitter will outlast TikTok. Twitter will outlast all those other forums that you think people will gravitate to. And the reason why is because Twitter doesn't have censorship. If you notice, people that have OnlyFans accounts can actually post things without being censored. You can actually be nude on Twitter and not be censored. So Twitter actually has, before even Elon Musk has been doing it, has been a forum where people have went to voice their opinions and put things out there because they know there's no censorship that will block them, like a Facebook or Instagram or a thing like that. And his now has gotten even bigger because it now is letting people like this. Let's just do our homework. What's happening in 2 years? We'll see another presidential election. Right, we'll start to see individuals that we didn't see before on Twitter because they were being masked by their comments. Former President Donald Trump, right? We're now starting to see him starting to put his candor out there again. So you're going to see a lot of things that was supposed to be taboo being open now. You know what I mean? And who pisses off somebody who's rich? You can't, because what happens when rich people get bored? They buy shit. What happens next? People go to Twitter. I mean, people go to TikTok. People go to Facebook. People go to Instagram. Somebody offer them $50 billion. What you think they're gonna do? Possibly sell.
Yeah. Right.
Because it's all about money. It's all about the commerce.
Well, right now, we're gonna see what he do with Twitter. I'm anxious to see. Maybe I'll become a reckless tweeter again.
All right, so as y'all can see, you know what I mean, we got the other half of the Temptations here tonight. You know what I
mean? Make sure everybody like and share the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks everybody for tuning in. What's up, S Gang? S Gang, what's up?
S Gang in the building. Hey, say, let me ask you.
What is this S Gang y'all speak of? What is this S Gang?
You missed it last week, Karen.
It's S Gang.
No,
S Gang, KD.
I know it. Oh my God. He has
shirts.
He got shirts, man.
We got shirts. But see, we asked this question. We went around and asked everybody this question, and we want to ask you, what's your mental health looking like this week, my man?
I'm good. It bounced around, here and there, but I'm good.
All right.
I know how to channel it, reel it in, whenever it gets in a funk, I know how to reel it in. So.
Look at this. Look at Shalimar. That's a gang.
Yes.
Where's our people at? Where's Barb at? Where's Tara at? Where's the rest of the N? Where's the rest of the S gang?
Balling in this evening. We ain't got the S gang squad in here representing.
Man, where's the rest of the S gang, man? What's up, KD? Are you still lost on the S gang?
Am I what?
Are you still lost on the S gang?
Am I lost from? Oh, I know what it is. I mean, I'm just not a part of it.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm just not a part of it yet.
You're not part of it? You don't partake in some of the
S's?
Not yet.
You part. No, you said you have though. You said you have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I'm not. But I'll jump in. I'll jump in. Yeah, I'll jump in.
I'm good though. Right. Is everybody good? Because I might say some shit tonight, as normal, but
it's not like we're not used to it, T.
Right. I'm just asking, is everybody all right before I say some
shit? I think we got all right, man. Especially on this next topic right here, man.
All right, what's up? Where we at with it?
So the next topic that we going to get in is like the head scratcher of them all right here. One of them. Can a woman rape a man?
Okay.
Can a woman rape a man? And we've debated this topic back and forth within our own family right here on Thursday. We even took it to the comments on Uncensored Minds. And we even had a conversation with the likes of Cynthia Richardson. And she's one of the reasons why this topic is a topic this week. So what are y'all thoughts?
Great topic, by the way.
I want to
Cynthia,
hear. I
thank
want to
you.
hear from
Great
the.
topic.
I want to hear from the ladies first.
Yeah, let's hear the ladies.
So no means no. No means no. Whether it's coming out of a man's mouth or a woman's mouth, no means
Whoa,
no.
whoa, 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 whoa. Aisha, we want to know first of all, do you think this is possible? Do you think this is a real
Yes.
thing? Do you believe that a man can be raped by a woman?
Yes. I believe it's a real thing. I believe a woman can misabuse trust in certain aspects. And we're talking about certain situations here. We're talking about, it could be a situation where it's in a prison, it's in a school, there's a misuse of trust by women against men. If we're talking about in relationships and things of that nature, obviously it's a little different. But yes, a woman can definitely rape a man. I do believe that. Yes.
All right, KD, what up?
Look at all them good old Baptist preachers being raped. You know them women get on that front pew, open their legs up. They don't want to go to them, but they are lured to them. So yes,
What?
they can be seduced into being raped.
Hold on, hold on.
Y'all know them little sisters get on up there and open their legs on. I mean, they still do it. Let's not play crazy. Let's not play crazy. And then the pastor, poor thing, because he's a man first, he's lured by that. I mean, I think certain seductions can be a form of rape in certain cases. And
Oh, whoa,
I mean,
let's expand on that, KD. So you're saying that if she seduces him, that's a part of her raping him? That's what you're saying
that's
right
a
there?
certain form because technically men are stronger than women logically. They're stronger. So I mean they have to get them to that move even though they don't want to go. Okay? They keep on coming on to them
All right.
until they do.
So what you're saying, KD, is that the man may not want to take part in it, but if she starts, fondling on him, starts doing little things,
Yeah.
that's a part of her raping him. So that's what you're saying.
Uh-huh. Yep. I'm saying that they can be seduced into it.
Okay. What's your
Hmm.
thought? What's your thoughts now?
Why do we even have Thursday meetings?
Because I didn't even know where Katie was going with the whole
Why do we have Thursday meetings?
and everything. Like I didn't know where she was going.
Why do we have Thursday meetings? But do I think a man? For some reason, I don't think men get enough like credit, or not even credit. Like I don't think there's enough compassion for men. Yes, a man can be raped.
Hold on now. We have to address this right here. Cynthia is saying if a man is not interested, he shouldn't get hard. Cynthia,
You don't have a penis. So you can't say that.
it don't matter if I'm interested or not. If you put somebody's penis in your in your mouth, like I'm going to get hard. I don't care if I'm interested or not. Like that's a physical thing that you can't always.
But because we had time to research this and actually really think of it and not just be in a moment. We see often where women or people are having sex with dead corpses. Right? So that lets you know that the penis can get erect if the body is dead.
Right.
So don't tell me because a man gets hard that he's enticing that woman to sit on it. Right. Even if I'm hard as a rock, sticking out how I'm sticking out, if I say no, it's no. The same way as if you are aroused, you're wet down there, I go to slide in and you say stop, no. Or if we're in the act and you feel you're not feeling right and you say stop, I am supposed to stop at that moment, get off of you because you're asking me to stop. If I don't, that is perceived or not even perceived. That's considered rape. So we can't gloss over that. Just because a person body part is ready, if I say no, I'm not ready, or no, I don't want to do it, it's rape. So and you have instances and situations like that, where the body follows, or the body comes to this conclusion, but I haven't gotten there. Right?
Right.
I could be dead asleep, knocked out, coma. You rub on my joint, I could get hard. You get on top of, you do your thing. I didn't consent to that because I was asleep. I might have let it go because you're my lady, you next to me, so I'm cool with it. Right. But the moment a person, anybody, if it's a man or a woman, they say no, stop, then stop. Don't take it upon yourself to say, "Are you a man? You supposed to deal with that." Oh, if you really wanted me off of you, would have pushed me off of you. That person shouldn't have to do that. Because that's like a man saying to a woman, "Oh, well, why you ain't push me off? Stop wasn't good enough. You should have pushed me off, or you should have." No, the moment she says stop, get your ass off her. And that's the same thing that goes for a man.
And I think it's like masculinity ideals will have you to believe that a man should be ready for sex all the time, whenever, however, you know what I mean? So, and I think that's where, in our minds, some women might be like, oh, well, he wanted it, or it, it's because men are supposed to always want to have sex. And that's not always the case. Men cannot want to have sex.
All right. So let's
say no.
We see a lot of comments out here right now.
Hold on now. So let's break this all the way down. So let's talk about the physical part.
Hold up.
What's up?
One of our S gang members is fucking going crazy in the comments right now.
Who that? What's up?
One of the S gang members. He ain't liable. Paying child support.
All right, so he could have been asleep and you could have took it. Like, yeah, that's a possibility.
My ex-husband claimed he was asleep when I got pregnant. He probably was. She confessed to the murder.
No, we got a special guest to chime in on this.
We got a special guest.
Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready?
We got a special guest.
One of our very own family members. Is everybody ready to chime in on all the shit that we got going on right now? Is everybody ready? This is something we're overdue, a fan favorite. Is everybody ready? Let's get it. What's up, Cecil?
Welcome. Welcome.
Hey, Chanel.
My big sis, what's up?
Good to see you.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you.
What's going on with you? Is you good? How you doing first before we get into this shit?
I'm okay. I had some struggles too when y'all were talking about the mental health. I think we all did have some struggles during this pandemic. Like, it's an up and down roller coaster. And even though we getting back to our normal lives, we still trying to have our mind catch up with our bodies sometimes. You know what I mean? So like, I've been going through some up and down spirals. You know what I mean? But by the grace of God, I'm holding on. I'm still here. I'm still rocking. I'm still fighting. You know, but it's an everyday struggle. It's an everyday struggle because it's like being as though like the food went up. We out here working 2 and 3 jobs just to stay, afloat and stuff. So I got a lot of things going on that I'm trying to just catch on to something. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping, with all the stuff I got going on, something catch on, because I'm tired. At this point, I am fucking tired. You heard me?
All right, cuz let us get your thoughts on if a woman can rape a man. What's up?
Y'all know I was coming with this shit, right?
What's up?
It's like a double-edged sword, and I don't appreciate it. Because I think this with that
come on.
She freezing up over there, y'all. Hold on.
Don't worry. It's the haters.
Go ahead, guys.
I told everybody that I was on the podcast. Don't call my phone.
Right.
So if it blink out again, don't worry about it. I'm coming back on. But when Nell said that, I was typing it in. So I'm like, if the nigga is sleep on the couch, like, all right, I'm gonna put y'all there. Y'all know I got stories for y'all for days, right? I was dating this dude, and all he wanted to do was come over and go to sleep. And I'm like, all right, I thought that was cool at first or whatever. But y'all know me, I'm like, what's next?
Right.
So I'm like, yo, we ain't sleeping on the couch tonight. We going upstairs.
Right.
No, I'm cool, right? No, we going upstairs. Come on, we going upstairs. All right, we get up there, whatever. Want to play games and shit, right? So I'm like, okay. So when he went to sleep, I'm like, all right, fuck that. I just pulled down his pants, like, you know what I mean? He like, yo, what you doing and shit? Like, you made me feel like a whole nigga right now.
Right.
Like, you ain't about to be going to sleep and shit. Like, you know, you want to go sleep, you can go home. He had his own place and shit. So I'm like, you know, was that rape? Because I pulled his drawers off and I ripped them shit.
All right,
You can go the fuck home.
All right, cuz I got a couple questions. Hold on. We got to see if it was rape or not.
Right.
So, when you pulled down his pants, right, what did he say? What was his actions?
He woke up and was like, yo, what you doing? You know what I mean? He
He was telling you to stop then.
He said, yo,
Wait a
like,
minute.
Right.
He said I was rushing things.
Right.
I'm not used to that.
Right. He pulled the pause button on you, cuz.
Yeah, so but to me, like, I think he was already fucking with somebody, right? And every time he tried to leave the house, I think his girl would juice him, like she would, you know, suck him off, but like, nigga, you gonna go drain.
She
because
drained.
he wanted to talk to me.
Remember when I told y'all about the draining part, ladies? I told y'all.
Right. So you know how they want to come out, he want to skip out, but he kept telling me he wasn't with nobody. So like, I'm like, yo, it's rare that a nigga come over and really be like fucking sleep, like dead, like snoring type shit. Like, no. I'm out here, I'm single, nigga. I've been keeping my, you know, my honey bun in the, you know, the package. I'm ready to come play.
I got more questions. I got more questions, cuz. So
what's that?
During the act, cuz, was he participating? How was his mood during the act?
His shit wouldn't get up. That's why I know he was drained.
Right.
When a nigga, I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you juicing a bitch for her money. Your dick will get hard when you at her crib. You know what I mean? And you ain't drained the dragon before you came out. You gonna pop off and you gonna drive in the car like, what the fuck did I just do? You know what I mean? I should have not even went over there. But you're not gonna come over here and your shit just be like, boom.
Right.
No, you ain't. Look, my
Cynthia,
I just told you, you know, you could go home.
She's saying he was drained. That's why he didn't get hard. If he wasn't drained, he would have got hard regardless. All right. So was there any penetration at all? Was there any penetration? There was no penetration. Was there any oral, you know, things going on?
It was a turn off for his dick to be limp, so I asked him to leave.
Okay.
Right.
So what did he say to you as he was leaving out the door?
You gotta understand, I got a lot going on. I be stressed during the day. You know what I mean? You got all these, well, nigga, you don't need to come here.
All right, cuz. So we not gonna call the He Too people on you, cuz, because
that's what I was thinking about, the Me Too people, right? Because that's what I want to know. Is the difference? Is the difference from somebody saying no? Is the difference from somebody fucking playing with you? Because there's girls out here that be like, okay, I'm gonna pump my ass in the air, or I'm gonna turn my ass around. You know that nigga gonna rub on your ass.
Right.
There's a difference from you like doing stuff like that. And y'all can say what the fuck you want to say. The bitch could have been naked. He shouldn't have touched her. Shut the fuck up. Stop lying. Don't go in front of no man naked or, you know, seducing in a seducing manner. It's the truth.
Right.
And the nigga don't come around a bitch with gray sweatpants on. Don't think I'm going.
My joint be black.
You know what I mean? Don't you feel no type of way either.
That's why my joint be black. I ain't trying to entice nobody.
Nigga, if it's black, you still can see. We going.
You can still see. Right.
We going.
She-Belle, did you still deal with him after that? Like after he left and you told him to roll, like did you deal with him again? Like was it any different the next time y'all was able to see each other?
It was different on the basis that I really.
Okay.
But yo, keep it a being though. If a man ain't feeling you, it just ain't gonna be the same type of.
No, bro, it's a different story though. It's the difference. It's the difference from somebody feeling you and somebody trying to, like, you know, how do I say, monkey bar to the next bitch crib if he having problems at home. You know what I mean? If he using a bitch, you know what I mean? He got to do what he got to do to get out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like, if she want to fool around and shit, nigga, you got washed up. You going out there to fuck a bitch. So she, you know, she gonna try him.
Yeah.
All
And then
right.
he's gonna have to fuck, or he's gonna have to let her suck his dick before he leave the house. One of the two. You know what I mean?
All right.
Because if he leave the house, he ain't gonna be able to come back home.
Right.
So now that he satisfied her, he gonna go out and he gonna play games and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you're not gonna play him here.
All right.
It's like a whole nother type chick.
I got a question for all three of the ladies. All right. So this one night, that thing was down there throbbing. It was ready for action. You was in that mood. Did this one night come about where you knew he was asleep, he wasn't in the mood, whatever. He could have just woke up. He could have been on his way to work. Did you push him down on the bed and say, "No, nigga, right now, give it up"? Has this ever happened? That's the question. What's up,
Hell
ladies?
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, this is come out
I whoop ass if I ain't get it.
No, call the people now.
Call them.
Call the people.
I mean, that was okay. I would if I wanted some and he was asleep. Okay, yeah, I would pinch his ass until he wake up. Hell no, I ain't sleep. You're not gonna sleep.
About you being in a relationship.
Wait, you pinching his ass.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on.
Hell no, he up there snoring and I'm horny. Hell no, wake up. Yeah, man. I'll pinch till he wake up.
But wait,
I'm getting mine. If it's there, I'm getting it.
Just like what is it?
What'd you say, Shebelle?
I said, are you in a relationship with this person, or is this just like
Yeah.
That's her situation.
It's not rape.
No, it's still rape. You can be married and rape your husband or wife.
Yo, I think to me, rape is like if she say no and you beat the shit out of her, or if you say no and somebody clumping you over your head and stuff, because y'all know, like in some real sense, we say no all the time, like because it's foreplay sometimes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, if you grip your nigga up like they on Facebook, and you grip that nigga up on the window, you know what I mean?
But she
like, what you doing, babe? What you doing?
Right.
And you like, I'm taking this shit.
Right.
That's something different when he starts screaming, then you really know, like, oh, this nigga ain't playing.
This is
I'm ripping you, babe.
right.
There's a difference. There's a difference. Look, there's a difference. And no, babe, stop.
Right.
And no.
Yeah.
Right.
We heard.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
stop. So how come the energy is different from women when y'all don't feel like it, but when we don't feel like it, we gotta be all kind of cheaters and assholes, and y'all getting what y'all want.
Bro, you know how many times I didn't feel like it and I gave some side pussy on the bed? Just
We had this conversation on Thursday.
Animal out here. You're not like the rest. You got a lot of people out here that be pump faking, acting like they giving it up, but really don't be. And they be saying, "No, don't touch me."
No,
I don't
he
feel
getting
like
that pussy, but I feel like it or not. You're right. I'm the same way.
Yes.
Yeah, I might got a headache. I might not feel like it. I might be tired, had a rough day. Well, he gonna get some side booty. He gonna get some something.
All right. So the question is, did you pin him down on the bed and hold him there?
We don't have strength to do that, T.
It was so nice. I felt like a Power Ranger, you know.
Right. Little pounce.
Right. Shit.
Little slap niggas.
Now, what she was saying, that's a good night. I think what we talking about as far as the rape is concerned is when somebody say no.
Yeah.
Like she was saying, you could be past that. Like we go to a party, I'm passed out on the couch. I done had too many drinks. Shorty come and give me top and jump on me, and I say no, stop. I don't know you. That's rape.
Right.
So it's a lot of
If you
things
don't know that person,
yeah, like, or even if it's somebody you know and you just not, and you got a girl, or you not trying to go that route, or you not trying to do that. No is no.
Yeah.
But stay the fuck away from the bedroom. Stay away from their house. Stay away from their house at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Don't go on them times. Ladies, but just listen. If y'all gonna have that same energy when it comes to y'all saying give it up, y'all gotta give it up too. Stop
I'm
playing.
giving it up. Say no.
Give it up. Don't cry. Don't say I'm tired. My legs hurt. My back hurt. My hair hurt. No.
And bro, same thing with me. When I
I'm
go
double standard.
I
I'll be honest about it.
What you mean? What you mean? You double standard? You ain't
don't
up.
nothing that shit. It's going down. So no.
Right.
If I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. But if I want it, I'm getting it.
That's right. That's
Damn,
right.
baby.
Why is it like that though?
If I want it, I'm getting it.
But he can't get it if he want it.
I think
Well, he better do what he got to do to get it, because I know what to do to get mine. I mean,
That's
it's
correct.
a lot
simple as that.
with the Me Too movement that really turned things upside down for me. And like, I'm not saying nothing against the Me Too movement, because I don't think anybody, not men or women, should be harassed. Nobody should have to do any crazy stuff to move up in life and whatever like that. But for us, like regular Joes, and you know what I mean, it's not. Damn, people can't even flirt on the job no more.
True that.
People can't even do nothing. Everything is like against.
No, you can't flirt on that job no more.
What happened to what happened to human beingness?
Everybody.
So true.
Everybody.
Right.
Shalimar, I'm not saying. I'm not pushing the deeper. Right. I ain't doing nothing, man.
It's the truth though, but I don't want nobody to look at this shit year later. I'm gonna tell y'all now, because when I get the fuck famous, don't be coming to look at this motherfucker.
Right.
You gotta read every motherfucking thing I said, bitch. I ain't say nothing against the Me Too.
Right.
I said just let a nigga like live a little bit, like you know what I mean?
Right.
Stop being uptight.
Too far. Everybody done got fucking raped, knowing damn well. Why would you be at that man hotel? If somebody call you talking about we gonna take a meeting at the hotel, all right. If you're not in the lobby, why the fuck is you going to the room?
Right.
Ain't nobody putting nothing in your mouth. Y'all be getting on my nerves with this shit.
But not
you
even that.
Headache. Okay, go get some Tylenol from CVS.
Hey, you gotta go get some Tylenol. We got to work this out.
Right. Like, you just got to when you want to see what was going to happen.
Pretty much.
You fucked up. You woke up and didn't know what happened.
Facts.
Because ain't nobody giving me no pill or nothing. They're like, oh, here, this to calm you down. No thanks.
No thanks.
If you feel uncomfortable, I'm leaving. Now, if it's a different situation, if dude lock the door like, bitch, you ain't going nowhere, then you gonna have to be like, all right, time to box. We got if it go down in there, then it's going down. You know what I mean? But it's a different story if you take yourself in situations. Come on, we know. Just like when if it's a dude you talking to for a minute. And you like, all right, he be like, won't you come over? And you kept telling this nigga, no, I'm not coming over. And that one night he quit you be like, yeah, I'm gonna come up. You know what the fuck going down.
Right.
You know what's going down because you felt the vibes and why you told this man in the beginning why you not coming to his house. Or this female. You ain't never want to go over there, but you want to go, oh, I'm about to go blow trees with it, and this bitch sucking your dick, and then the next thing you mad because she on top of you.
She hopped on it.
Now.
Right.
Don't start crying. Go for the ride, then go home and be like, what the fuck I just do?
Go home and take it off, right? Cuz go home and take it off.
Right. You got a whole girlfriend now.
Let me ask y'all ladies a question. So say this happened and you took yours or whatever. Do you look at him like he's soft if he feels some kind of way? Like, do you look at him if he's mad at you now afterwards and the next day? Do you look at him like he's soft if he get mad at you because you took it?
I wouldn't know how to
wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't go through the part of being mad. I don't think I would.
I ran into a nigga that was like mad.
Right. But if he was, I'd be like, oh, Tink, it'll be okay. But
I mean, afterwards they were happy. So, no, I haven't ran into the part of being mad.
Then they be mad.
All right, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna share a story, right? Look, I'm gonna tell y'all. There has been times where I have been mad because it was trash, like because you put me in a position and then it was trash. Like I wasn't even all up on it trying to get it, And then once you made me like go there, it was trash. So now I feel some type of way because I didn't even want to do it, and then it turned out to be trash.
But you ain't calling it rape though, cuz, right?
No, I'm not calling. No, I'm not calling it
Right.
rape.
So
I
that's
can't
what I'm
do
saying.
it.
It's like,
Right.
at what point is a man even going to say he was raped? It's a difference from a cougar talking about, come here, baby, I got something for you. You know what I mean? Or some old fly shit like that. Fight same as a man.
But I would.
What's wrong with a cougar though?
Right.
No, what I'm saying is a difference from her talking about I got some candy and shit, and this boy is like 14, and this motherfucker
I'm fucking
like,
going.
Wow,
You already know I was going to
that's
go.
molestation. That's a totally different thing.
All right, hold on.
Shit,
All right, hold on. So
go.
what if a woman, tried to drug a baller for a baby? Now can he claim rape?
fuck no, he claimed baby mama, nigga.
That's out of control, man.
All right, so that's a great question. Like that's a great segue. If a man's raped, right? We come to the realization that he's been raped. He was at a party, she went crazy, he was asleep, passed out, and she now becomes impregnated. Does he have rights to say, I don't want this baby? And or is he liable for child support?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. It's
And
messed up.
But
It's messed up because you left yourself vulnerable knowing that you are on a different state, a stance, then why would you put yourself in a situation like that? Because nigga, if I'm going to rape a ball, I'm not gonna say me. Let me erase that. I'm not raping no baller. But if that person did, I'm hiding out until the baby good and 5. You don't got no choice now. We need that bread.
Oh man, watch out, ballers!
Listen, I'm retired. They ain't gotta worry about me.
Watch out.
Watch out.
It's good. Them tubes is tied, died, and done.
Now, the reason why I ask that is because it sounds good until it's one of our sons, right? If our sons come home and say, Mom, this girl took advantage of me. I was over her house. She cooked dinner for me. She gave me a drink, and she totally took advantage of me. Now she's pregnant. I didn't consent to this. What you doing? You got to say, oh, too bad, so sad. That's yours. Take care of it.
What bitch? I'm like, son, what bitch? That was a dream.
You tell me.
Well, I mean, I feel like this too. Like, you can't tell a woman what to do with her body. So if she's taking advantage of you, like you can say, I don't want you to have that baby because you took advantage of me. Like, she's going to do what she wants to do as far as the baby goes. So he's not going to have a choice but to then have this seed. Then it's going to be, okay, well, are you going to be in the baby's life, or what is going to stem from her having this baby? He's going to have to pay child support.
Right, Ish, but
unfortunately.
But it's your son now. How are you reacting? You his mama. How are you reacting? What's your reaction?
I mean, I'm gonna be a little hot. Who this hoe is? That's gonna be number one. I'm gonna be hot about it. But then I'm gonna be like, okay, well, how do we deal with it? Why would you put yourself in this position to leave yourself open? I would say that, because why would you put yourself in a position for her to be able to take advantage of you? Number one. That's number one. I've taught you better than that. You know how to conduct yourself. You know where you need to be, where you not need to be, or whatever the case may be. I'm going to say that to him. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to be like, all right, well, how are we going to deal with this shit? Because it's said and done now, and we got to move forward. So what we going to do? And that's how I would be with him.
Listen, y'all, listen. I got to say something real quick, right? Everybody know that I'm a jokester. I do this. This is what I do. I'm just a fucking comedian. So I don't want anybody that looks at this or that's in the group with us to take offense to anything I say. Y'all know I joke a lot. So, like, I don't condone nobody being raped, man or woman. But when I'm saying in scenarios that I am in that's funny, I take it an extra mile to be even funnier. So, like, half of the shit I'm talking about really don't go on. Half of the shit is just comedic. You know what I mean? But we know that none of us condone no woman or no man being raped. The Me Too movement is real. If y'all choose to rock with, that's y'all, you know what I mean? But everybody is allowed to have an opinion on, what they want to say or how they feel things in life is going. Like, not one person or just because a movement was made is going to dominate anybody's opinion. You know what I mean? We all still have opinions on. Some of us still want to be flirted with, but because of the Me Too movement, a lot of people won't move on it. So just know in any way, form, or fashion that I am not saying that it's okay for anybody to be raped. Now we can get back to the joking.
Thank you, She-Belle.
Before we go to the next topic, KD, we want your answer on if it was your son, what are you doing?
I would. I mean, depending on the situation. If it was my son and it was a young lady that was still home with her parents, I would first talk with the parents of the young lady. Tell them, okay, this is what happened. Your little hotel gal has raped my boy. Now we have a baby that's coming. What are we going to do about this situation? Because the baby didn't ask for it. Yet, by the same token, my boy shouldn't have been over there anyway. So he put himself in that position. We're going to have to find a way to deal with it. Plain and simple.
I'm not mad at that.
Y'all remember
That's
when,
why y'all gotta
when
start
we were
messing
younger?
with older women. If you're not equipped to take care of them, they can. You dig? I'm not.
Remember when we was younger?
I'm not.
Listen. Remember
We
when we
passed
was
that
younger, you had
stage.
to take
We
your-
on to menopause. She's not worrying about that. She's trying to worry about how much her pension gonna be in 2 years. She worried about how her retirement set up, her 401k. She not worried about that. Get you one of them. You ain't gotta worry. I've been dealing with this since I was
Shalimar,
14. I set myself up.
Shalimar, you're seeing the calm version of how I would handle it. I'm saying it calmly. Trust me, it wouldn't go that calmly if it happened. I did have somewhat of that situation happen where I had to go to the young lady's parent. She was Caucasian. My son wanted to take her to the prom. I talked to the mother because I didn't approve of it. And I asked the mother, are you certain that it's okay? She said fine. A couple of weeks later, I get a call from my son. The cops are after him because the mother has called the police on him. No, it was not calm. But I just simply called the young lady, the mother. I say, didn't we have this conversation about if you were okay with my son dating your daughter? You said yes. Didn't I tell you that you better not bring the cops into it? You said you wouldn't. What did you do? You brought the cops into it because you say that she skipped school. She skipped school on her own. I said, now you want to bring the cops into this? Let's bring them in. Let's go down here and talk to them together. And let's tell them exactly what's going on. I was ready.
All
It
right,
wasn't
KD.
quite that calm.
KD, that was actually Sonya Lane 365 that said that. But what I want to say is
That was what?
that wasn't Shalimar that said that.
Oh, okay.
What I want to say is, fuck all that, KD. I'm gripping these kids up. If it's my son or my daughter, I'm gripping the kid up first. And then I can talk to the parents afterwards. But first and foremost, I'm gripping the kid up either way. Like,
Oh no, I'm going to the parents first. I'm going to the parents first.
But I think that's why a lot of these. I think that's why a lot of these questions are always brought up, right? Because we always can refer it back to if it's our child, because we have a different energy when it comes to our kid versus somebody else's kid. I'm somebody's son, right? So if you rape me, my mom got feelings towards that. If you become
That's right.
pregnant because you did that to me, or you put me in a position to where now I gotta do something that wasn't planned from my situation, then my mom's affected by that too. So that's why we always gotta be cognizant, and we gotta put ourselves in, what if this was my child? How would I react? In the sense of how would I react as an adult as well, for if this is me, put myself in a situation. So that's why we always kind of flip this script and say, well, what if it was your son? How would you act? And you see how our roles reverse? Because when we get in the parent mode, we become protective. We want to fuck everybody up. We want to go beat the kid up and the parent and then blow their house up, right? But when it's solely us, it's, oh, it's fine. We can do it. He was willing. He was hard. He was with it. She was wet. She opened her legs wider. Nah, because when it comes to when it gets down to the nitty gritty and it has something to do with ours, we go a little bit extra for it. So that's what we always want to refer back to that, because it always refers back to us. We somebody's kid at the end of the day. Look at Marilyn. How's the pot calling the kettle black? Let's look at Marilyn's comment.
What she say?
She said that's deep, because if a woman becomes pregnant due to being raped, it's her choice to have the baby or not. But if my son was raped, do he have a choice as to whether or not he has to take care of the baby?
Yeah, no, he don't got no choice. It's fucked up, but he don't got no choice.
It's a fucked up thing, but he don't have no choice. It's messed up. Just like I was saying, like, won't they take it back to the days when we was growing up? Like, we couldn't go outside without the big sister going with us. You know what I mean? They had to go somewhere with us. So just like these basketball players and stuff, they supposed to have protection. I thought it was somebody like with him, like, no, bro, you a little bit off the night. You know what I mean? Like, holler in his ear. Man, if he pushes homie away, like, no, I'm screwing her. Like, that's a different story. Then you want to set yourself up. You know what I mean? But 9 times out of 10, they have somebody in their corner, like, you know, watching over them and stuff.
9 times out of 10, they don't nowadays, though.
By itself. And if they
9
do,
times out of 10 nowadays, people don't got that. Right? They don't got that. Like, just look at our tight-knit community that we had as friends.
It's not even that people don't got that. It's just that people don't listen. It's like, you might have it and just be like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
a
millionaire. I'm good.
You can't do nothing else about it. You know, if they say they good, then that baby yours, boss. That there is your baby.
Out of pappy.
Yeah,
Hey, Marilyn, didn't she say earlier that she set her husband, her baby father up and got pregnant by him?
Yeah, she did rape her husband.
She raped her dude and got a baby.
This scenario.
That's the beauty of our listening group, right? They crazy as shit.
No,
so we got that. So we want to induce you into the S gang. We know you are definitely with the shit. The S gang is the slurp, suck,
squirt, swallow,
everything with S.
Everything with S.
Spin is my favorite. Sit and spin.
Spin.
That's gang.
That one.
That's gang.
Sit and spin.
Yeah, sit and
squat. All that.
That's
gang members.
Last week.
I'm gonna get the prayer game for y'all, Lord Jesus. I'm gonna get a prayer game for y'all.
We just started. We don't need no prayers. We good over here.
Holy water has blessed the S gang already.
We highly blessed over
I'm gonna get some holy water for you.
Get them.
No, we gotta go to the next topic. All right. So that was fun. The next topic has to do with a lot of the things that we discussed, right? Some of the things that the S gang is notorious for, right? This now has to do with both men and women, things that we experience. It could be later on in life and it could be early in life. And that's menopause and ED. And ED being erectile dysfunction.
Damn.
Let's get into it. Menopause and how is it affecting your everyday life.
All right, ladies. So let's talk on if you're at that age about going through it. If you're getting ready to go through it. If you can't wait to go through it. I know a lot of young women that be like, I can't
wait. Don't nobody want to go through that.
That's what I'm about to tell you, girl. I know a lot of young women that be like, I can't wait, so I don't have to deal with
those are the ones who have not experienced anything at all. Those are the ones who have not been outside in 5-degree weather in the drawers and the bra trying to cool off. That's who said that.
I promise you, Katie. Listen, there's some women that have really bad periods. Like they heavy bleeders, they get bad cramps, like they have really bad periods. So in their thought process, they can't wait to get to that shit. So
yeah, and I got news for them. As bad as their period was, that's how bad their menopause would be.
Go hand in hand. You hear me? listen, fuck, I'll bleed the damn death before I'm ready for that. I heard horror stories about that shit. You heard me? Fuck that, give me blood transfusion. I don't want it.
See, now I had to go
That's
through
bad.
menopause at 35. I had a really bad case of endometriosis. It was the worst case of endometriosis that you could have, and I experienced a lot of painful sex, heavy bleeding, passing of clots, like really big. It was bad. So I had to get a hysterectomy at 35. And so I was forced into menopause way early. And I've dealt with it, and I still have my ovaries. So, I don't deal with a lot of the menopause symptoms, not the full menopause symptoms, because I still have my ovaries. So I still create that hormone. And so, my estrogen levels are still kind of half decent, but it is tough. Like I had the flashes, I didn't experience the vaginal dryness, which I know is a lot of a lot of women's issues with menopause. They have that. But it's a lot of emotional ups and downs, moodiness, a lot of things that women have to go through when experiencing the menopause, and it's tough. It's not easy. So for someone to want that shit, she's bugging. Maybe she just wants it because she don't want to bleed no more. I get that, but that's kind of fun not bleeding. But the other stuff, yeah, 365 day a year carnival. I mean, it's fun, but it's a lot of other shit that comes along with it, which is not nice.
Right. All right. Which one of y'all ladies want to go next? What's your thoughts?
I'm scared to damn death. That's my thoughts. I'm scared to death. I don't want it. You know what I mean? I'm still having a period, and I appreciate your story, Ish, but I'm scared to damn death. I don't want it. I'm already going through enough, fucking hot flashes, having attitudes on my own. I don't need no help. I'm all right. Lord, you hear me? I'm all right. I ain't ready.
All right, Katie, what up?
Yeah, like Aisha, I was put into it at the age of 35. So yeah, it get bad. It gets really bad, and that's probably one of the reasons I am as calm as I am now, because I have went through a crazy part of it. It's gonna mess with you mentally, not just the physical part of being hot, but mentally, you go through hell. Even your family members go through hell. That's the only time that my ex, he did not mind spending money when I started getting the hormone shots, because that's the only thing calmed me down. I turned into a bear. I got out of my car on I-20 one morning going to work and was cursing everyone out. I knew then it was time to get some help. That's when I learned about the great hormone shots and started taking them. And I take my ass happily and put it up in the air every month.
Wow.
You're not giving.
Yeah,
What is some advice that you could give somebody, as they getting ready to go through it? What can they do to help, prepare themselves or whatever, so that to be able to
ain't
handle it?
no preparation.
Would you say, K-Day?
Ain't no preparation. There is no preparation. It really is
Everybody's
not.
Okay.
Y'all throw them
There's no
flowers up for
preparation.
women who gotta deal with stuff like this every day. Y'all need to throw them flowers up, because we got so much on our plate for women to go through what they go through. And I respect this all. I respect every last one of us. You know what I mean? Because it's so much from being, single mom. I know it's single dads, but it ain't y'all turn. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the women, like, the constant stuff we got to go through. Guys don't have a period, so they don't get cramps. They don't get none of that
Whoa.
stuff. And then you got to go through the changes of life after that. What the fuck do we do?
Whoa.
It's, yo, I'm serious. Ain't no Eve bit the apple. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. It ain't that bad to give us some crazy shit like this.
All right, now
It's horrible.
we have to speak on the other side of this coin. We have to speak on the other
Yes,
side.
please. I would
Right.
like to hear about this.
Yeah.
So there's a flip side, ladies. Yes, menopause is a thing. There's also a thing that men go through as well. It's called erectile dysfunction. And what is erectile dysfunction? Erectile dysfunction is the inability to get or keep an erection firmly enough to have sexual intercourse. It sometimes refers to as impotency, although the term is now used less often. Erectile dysfunction can come around at any age. It could be a teenager on all the way up, right? And it can cause a number of different issues within yourself. Erectile dysfunction can come from an irregular diet. It can come from anything from an injury. It can come from anything mental or physical. But just listening to your stories about menopause, I guess it still doesn't, equate to that. But it's a mind fuck. You know what I mean? Just think, let's say all your life, you've been at any given time, you can drop of a dime, you can get an erection. And then here comes something that takes away that erection, be older age or an injury or even an illness that can cause you to lose that very desire, not even desire, but the ability to get an erection, right? Because it can cause strain on not just yourself mentally, but also your relationship.
No, I need to make a confession now.
Yes.
All right. So.
Whoa, we need to get you pills?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
We can't hear you. Hold on. I need to say this. So, if ever there's a time that this happens to me, I need one of my closest friends. They have those doctors that are like take you out. I need one of my closest
No way.
Stop it.
One of my closest friends. I cannot go on if I can't do one of my favorite things in the world. I'm sorry. I need one of my closest friends. We can't hear you, Katie. Hold on. I need one of my closest friends, to find that doctor. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't go on. I can't go on like this. I'm really single. I can't go on like this. Man.
All right.
You'll be surprised that you'll probably be more comfortable. Like, oh, I'm not really. You know what I mean? Because like everybody, like they enjoy their moments, but sometimes you could just be like cool. Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I never been so cool in my fucking life being by myself. I ain't gonna hold you. I enjoyed my time. I get
wait a minute, wait a minute. There's a difference between enjoying being by yourself and not being able to explode. There's a difference.
But y'all already know what I told everybody know what my thing is, so.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a difference when you've explored your body at a teenager and had that epiphany, like, oh, this is mine.
No, not even that. Not even that.
And now, not even
that. No, she's speaking on the toy option. I'm talking about take that toy option away.
Take the toy out of the equation.
Oh, you talking about you don't get no sensation?
Right.
Like
nothing.
Right.
Nothing. Now here are some things. What
can you do? Watch Judge Judy.
You can't do anything. Here's some causes. Here's some possible causes. Here's some possible causes of erectile dysfunction: cardiovascular disease, diabetes, which is rampant in the African American community. Right. Mm-hmm. A lot of times this is confused, and I did a lot of research on this. This can be confused with sleeping with somebody earlier. As Sheba said, he could have came over there because he had to perform for somebody else, and he gets there to you and he's dead. Right. Sometimes that don't be the case. It could be a case of erectile dysfunction, right? His mind wants it to, but his body just won't allow him to, right? Hypertension or high blood pressure. Did you know one of the leading causes in men with erectile dysfunction is not just high blood pressure, but the pills that they are taking to mitigate or keep down that high blood pressure? Amlodipine and all those other drugs that are used to treat high blood pressure is causing erectile dysfunction. And why is that, somebody might ask, right? When a person with a penis is sexually excited, a muscle within the blood vessel in his penis relaxes. blood pressure medicine actually relaxes the muscles, which keeps your blood pressure down. Right? So that's another cause. High cholesterol, obesity. Men, please get out there. And if you have any signs of obesity or that runs in your family,
Hold on now. That's what I was about to say. Like, even when you join like one of the services, like Air Force, or when you join any of these services, they give you this shit to make you not get hard. So they give you this shit to make you not be able to get hard, like when you're going through boot camp. It's facts.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah, they gave my son that. He was in the Marines. They did that. Mhm.
Why?
Because they want you to be focused on.
They want you to be at peak performance.
What's going on? Like you're going through boot camp, you have to be
90 days.
Oh, right.
So
Right.
Did that mess up anybody? Like, have anybody got
It
messed
could.
up off of that?
It could.
It could. It's a possibility. It could. So they give.
Why do you think they tell boxers don't sleep, don't have sex during training or before the fight?
Right.
So
right.
also it could be the diet, like whatever the things that you're eating, things that you're taking in that can affect that. And it could be, you know, if you're, like Nell said, obesity, if you're overweight. So it's a lot of things that can play into, you know, that physical, you know, erectile dysfunction. But I want to ask the ladies, have you ever dealt with a man who's had to deal with this, and how did you treat him? How did y'all work through it? Or did y'all work through it?
I can say that if I had a man that had that, I'm not that type of person. On some real shit, I'm not that type of person. Like, if I love him, I'm going to deal with it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If he can hold the toy and he can use the toy towards me, you know what I mean? And we can find something else.
He holding the toy.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, like,
Right.
it can work. If you love that person, you can work with that person. You know what I mean? Y'all can find fun stuff to do. Like, if I love you, I'm gonna ride out.
All right, Aisha, what about you, Aisha?
I never had to deal with anyone that had that problem, but I'm with Shebel. Like, if we're in this together, then we're gonna make it work. And at some point in time in our lives, we're going to encounter that the older that we get. So it's like, okay, and it could go the other way as well. Like, if she can't perform either, so you know, we gotta work with it.
All right, so Marilyn is saying somebody took the pill. So have y'all ever dealt with somebody that has taken Viagra or the magical Perk 30?
God damn.
That's what it is, because they say when you get on that Perk 30, you last for I don't know, I haven't tried it. But I heard that Perk 30 dick is something different. That's what the ladies say.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm trying to tell you, this is the educational show. This is the educational show.
Education.
I'm learning.
It's a different kind of situation when you want a Perk 30.
Right.
Is a whole different level.
Right? They just
I don't know. I don't know, because they just, that's like the extra the super ecstasy pill, the Perk 30. It's the super ecstasy pill.
I ain't never want to be that high in my life. Like, I don't like shit like that. I'm cool. Like, I don't need to be that motherfucker high to be, you know.
So have y'all ever even encountered somebody that has taken Viagra or even a gas station pill, like, or even ecstasy? Have y'all ever encountered?
It's like, how would you know? They could be lying.
Right.
You won't.
That's what I was about to say. I wouldn't know.
They be coming up there already like, girl, I'm gonna take you down and shit. You like, all right, let's do it.
I don't know. It's kind of crazy out there.
Right. Like, unless that nigga dropped the paper in your house and you like, what the fuck is this?
Alamar said he took it and his dick still was trash. Marilyn said he took Viagra because he wanted to. He said he needed to keep up with me. He was older than it. Yeah, she had an old head who couldn't keep up with her, so he got on Viagra, and you know,
he came in with the suit about to take it down, girl.
Now,
what's up?
This, like, as much as we want joking, this is a serious topic because this is something that somebody can't control. This is unlike anything. Like, we can clown and say somebody got a small penis, somebody can't fuck, somebody can't eat it right, somebody can't whatever. This is something that's almost as uncontrollable based upon whatever issues they're going through medically or genetically, right? And just as if any one of us had any issues, we would want not some so much of sympathy as just a understanding, education of what can be done to help you be able to please your mate, right? Reason why I'm speaking up on this and adding my little 2 cents is because one of the main causes of erectile dysfunction happens to people that have multiple sclerosis, because it's a situation that's controls affects muscles, right? And multiple sclerosis does a number on your muscles, right? A male's penis is a muscle, right? Unfortunately enough for myself, I have never experienced this in my 41 years on this earth, right? And I hope that continues. But another thing that they're saying, that the doctors are also saying, is COVID. There's a such thing now that they've come out with called long COVID, that's also changing the trajectory of individuals' bodies. If you contracted COVID and you suffer from COVID, individuals who have COVID, some people are suffering from long COVID, are now starting to experience erectile dysfunction, also menopause, also dry coochies, and all those different things that are effective of our bodies, because it does something different to us. It changes a lot of different things, right? So one thing that we need to be cognizant of is, if you see somebody that you're intimate with or somebody that you love going through these things, make sure that instead of getting mad at them, clowning them, or even questioning them,
Hold on now. Let me speak on that.
help them to
Hold on now. Let me speak on that. Can the person that is going through it, can y'all say this to your partner? Don't leave them in the dark. Make sure they're aware that you're going through something, because that's what causes friction if you don't communicate that you're going through something. So they don't know that you're going through this. How do they know how to, take care of you or help you if they don't know what's going on? But you go ahead now.
I think sometimes people are in denial, right?
Right.
I think we self-assess our own self. Oh, this ain't that. This is this. I work extra hours at work, or I'm stressed, or I got this going on, so I'm tired a little bit more. I think the biggest people who can tell you, who can self or diagnose it better, is the ones, our loved ones, see it before we see it, right? They see a change in us, right? You around your partner, you kind of can see their a change in them before they see a change in them. One, yeah, they probably seen it, but they're masking it with their own thought pattern, because the first thing that we want to do is we want to not believe it. So if you see your partner struggling with something, let them know it's all right, and you're willing to go through this with them, because that just going through that with them helps them to uncover certain things that they've feared, and then also being able to keep you abreast of the situation. Thank God MS has not taken away my S gang title. Thank God
Yo, I love
COVID
that, man.
didn't come and strip me away from being able to participate in the S gang activities. Thank God I still can go out there and win championships. But in a situation like that, we all need to be cognizant of women going through menopause and the challenges that they go through, and not just associating that with, that's the time of the month and she's just emotional, and understanding that she's got that going on and it's something new for her. And then also on the flip side, a male going through his own time of the month, or his own, situation where he could be going through anything like erectile dysfunction, or, performance, issues.
Like, also as a man, we should keep up with our partner's, cycle. We should know when they're going through their cycle, so we can be prepared for that. And also, ladies, we need y'all to speak up and say, "Nigga, not today." We need y'all to speak up and say, "Nigga, not today, nigga, no."
Yes, if I turn around, karate chop you in the neck, you already know what time of the month it is.
Right.
But y'all told us y'all wasn't going to stop us from getting the stuff, though. Like, what that mean?
Yeah. I mean, we
But
can
listen,
still
though,
work
bro,
out, but
listen.
speak up.
I am staying corrected when I say, like, a lot of women go through stuff and men don't go do stuff like that. When you brought that to light, I do let me just say, I'm sorry that y'all do go through some stuff, but like women, we go through hell. We do. But y'all go through y'all hell is a little bit smaller than ours. But y'all go through hell too. You too. But just like me, Aisha was saying earlier, we are two females out here, so don't think that it's like nobody out here when men is going through their moment too. It is women out here that will stick by their men. It is women out here that understand that, at some point in time, we all going to go through this. Just know there's still women out here like that. Everybody is not the same. Like, oh, nigga, you can't get it up. I may fuck around and be like, get out. That's because I've been, out the game for a minute. Like, so at that moment, I did not want to go through it with, that person. But I am a rider.
Right. And you know what? Another thing too, I think we all should be open to something that we talked about on last week's show: constructive criticism. Right? If our mate comes back and say, "Hey, babe, your box ain't as wet as it used to be. It's getting drier." Take a look at that. Don't just take that as, or if babe, you ain't lasting long enough. What's going on? Like, keep that in. Like, understand that, because that somebody is showing you something that could actually be an underlying problem for you, and you can get that checked, and now be better. Like, menopause could be causing you to get a dry box. COVID or whatever issue you might got, obesity, high blood pressure, whatever may cause you to have a low libido. You know what I mean? And that's affecting your activities that's in the bed, pleasing them a little bit further. So, you know what I mean? Keep the lines of communication open. Don't be so quick to say no. Do a little research on your own body. Check yourself. Put your little fingers down there and rub that little motherfucker. Guys, do a little self homework while you hitting it from the back. Damn it. This was only for 2 minutes. Last time I was in it for 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? And then talk to the doctor, or you know what I mean. Then talk to your partner. Babe, you know what I did see? I was 2 minutes in or 4 minutes in. The last time I was 15. Past 2 times I was kind of slow. Damn, babe, it was kind of dry when I put my little hand down and play with my little self. It was kind of Nevada down there.
Yeah.
And then y'all can get fixed right. And now what happens is everything is open, communication's free. Right. Now y'all back to being freaks, and now y'all can share with each other. Now y'all happy again.
Right. All these go ahead, Sheba.
A dry box don't always ain't a cute box. Somebody said what that mouth do, that a dry box can lead to that shit stinking. I'm a
the males, do y'all feel yourself like y'all don't have the stamina that y'all used to as y'all get older, and you be like, oh shit, like, do you think
I'm gonna tell you what that is. I'm gonna tell you what that is, because that's when you're eating bad. You have to watch that as you get older. As you get older, you have to stop that eating bad shit, because it's gonna fuck up your stamina. And it's also like it could be an underlying issue that you don't know about. So you have to watch all of these things. It's as you start getting older, you have to start paying attention to every fucking thing. Right. So it's like
liquor and drugs and all that stuff play a part in it too, right?
You see a totally different you when you change your diet. When you eat different, when you active, your energy level increases. It almost, you surprise yourself because you looking at your thing like, damn, it got kind of bigger. When I was 370 versus where I'm at now, I'm like, God, that's me. You know what I mean? And it was like when I had that epiphany, like, where you come from? Like, did the weight come off and go down there? But it's like when you're obese,
right?
Your body is not performing your pH balance is not where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So you have to.
You got more sweat glands in different places that you done made because the fats around them. So now you got, like women, if they don't wash under their hood cooter, it stinks under there. You have to lift it up, and you got to scrub under there too. You can't just scrub the box. You got to lift the hood cooter.
Yeah, just like y'all ladies would tell us, right? You know what your man been eating. If he eating clean, y'all can taste that when he, you know what I mean? Right. So it's the same way. It come out your pores. It come out of your secretion. It come out of everything. That like it's going to come out somewhere.
Right.
So the better you eat, the better you take care of yourself, the better you going to last. The better your stamina going to be. The better your performance is going to be. The more you'll be able to go at it and be longer.
And Nell, it's also rest too. It's also if you're not getting the amount of rest that you're supposed to get.
Absolutely.
And the amount of sex that you're having. So if you haven't had sex in a long time, then your stamina might be
you're gonna bust off.
Right.
I don't think, T, that's a mouthful. I don't think women think that. I think they think you've had it. Like if you haven't had sex in a while and you bust real quick, they think that you've been with somebody else. Instead of it just being, damn, you're excited, you haven't had in a long time, and you came. It'd be a complete opposite. Sometimes people think that you sex regularly, you busting quick.
What you saying, cuz?
That ain't true. Like if a nigga bust fast than me, I'm just thinking this is some good coochie. You know what I mean? Now if it take you hours, I'm like nigga.
Do a different animal.
What's taking you so long?
It's taking hours, and we used to be in here like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? It's a difference. Like to me.
Now we had this talk a couple weeks ago. Condoms versus being butt naked. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, if the cooch good, you gotta put that on. Cause it's going
so that you don't come fast. Right.
It's gonna have you singing the songs quicker. Like
what was everybody's thoughts on that, using condoms and stuff? Is everybody still using condoms?
Well, it wasn't a question. The ladies already said that they don't use condoms, so we won't get on the pad.
Why you don't like to use condoms, ladies?
But
our condoms is dumb as shit. You seen it?
Right. Oh yeah, y'all dumb. Y'all condoms is retarded. I'm just saying on the level of.
But what we were saying is you last longer when you don't use a condom. Yeah. I mean, when you use a condom.
When you use a condom.
Right.
Yeah, you last longer when you use a condom.
Yeah, of course, because skin on skin is just, that's like seeing fireworks and you singing that opera and shit. You ain't gonna get that nowhere else.
Ladies, please don't be upset. I think that's a badge of honor. If you having somebody tap out quick, that might be a sense of you got some good.
I believe so.
Like that ain't no disrespect. It ain't no disrespect to you saying, oh, he rushed through it or he just got his. It could just be your shit is just right.
Like what the niggas do when they go to the bathroom, they hit it, and women go in there too. Like that nigga just bust in 3 minutes.
Right. But then it's like, all right, how quick can you get it back up? Let's go back in. Because now, I'm ready. I want some more. Right.
Realness going to be even popping her. Because he already know, and then he going to try to hold out as long as he can. But you know that nigga about to go down.
You already know when we switch positions, it's over. Like
you gotta learn the tricks. That's all.
You gotta learn the tricks.
Well, you learn the tricks, you good.
You good. Oh, hold up. Turn around. No.
Right.
So let me ask you something. 6 or 7 for the guys, 6 or 7 times, right? Back to back. How's your stamina at that point? 6 or 7 sessions back to back. What's your stamina like? Yeah.
One night?
Yeah, or like night into the next morning. Like what's the stamina like? Are you drained?
Man, I'm gonna keep it a fucking buck.
It depends on if I'm
6 or 7 nothing in one night. I'm gonna keep it a funky bean. I'm not that too.
No, if I'm properly motivated, we can work however long you want to work. If I'm properly motivated, I know how to finagle that.
Now, cause it's gonna be some cramping going on there. Yeah, it ain't going.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I know you a boss. You going to sleep sometime.
6 or 7 times.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, like if y'all go to sleep and then you wake up, it's in the middle of the night session, but it's still back to back in a sense, because if you fall asleep for 45 minutes, then you wake up and you add it again, and then it's an hour sleep. And
like that's what I'm saying. Look, if I'm propped up like this and I feel my arms getting tired, then I know to switch around, let you get on top for a minute. So I know how to finagle this thing into however long you want to go. We can make it work.
The sperm runs out eventually though, and it becomes harder to come, correct?
That takes a long time. That takes a long time though. Yeah,
Got a lot in the reserve, huh?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've been through that. Like I've experienced.
I think the multiple times you do it, the longer each time comes.
Yeah.
It's not a bust. Right. It's not an easy bust after the first one.
No,
second one's longer. Third one's a little longer.
Look, after the fifth turn or like fourth or fifth turn, it can be painful. But if you don't mind that pain, like if you're mentally in it, you don't mind that pain and you just push through it.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember stuff like that when I was younger. That storm was like that thing made me so proud. That thing made me so proud. When you said that, it just made me smile because I remember days like that. But shit, not now. I don't want to do it 6 or 7 times at night. Shit, I'm tired. I don't want that. I don't want that.
I just didn't know like if it was two.
I can give you about 2. I can give you about a good 2 rounds, and I'm laying down. I'm sorry. I'm down.
But are you done for the night?
Cinderoni, huh?
Are you done for the night, or are you cool in a couple hours?
I'll probably be cool in a couple hours, but like, don't disturb me.
Like I'm saying, like is the 6 or 7 times, like is the 6 or 7 times over a course of the evening, or is it just continuous? Like
no, she said the course of the evening.
The whole wake up, lay down, go to sleep, get a little.
I know it's difficult back to back like that. Yeah. Like it's difficult for the woman too, I'm sure, because the pounding, like it's gonna have to give me a break. But I just mean like over the course of time.
But all 6 options don't always gotta be the pounding though, because you can go, you can taste the box. Right. You know what I mean? She could taste you all up. You can, shower it up. It's a lot of different things to keep it interesting. I think it's the interesting part of it.
But I'm trying to get to at least 3. I'm trying to get to at least 3.
That's making me sleepy right now. I can't do it. Fuck that. I be going to sleep. I'm old as
shit. You know what though?
That sounds like.
You know what intrigues me? The toy work. I wanna that toy work. I wanna get into that. Meaning,
what about it, man? You need some.
No, I'm just saying though.
You need a tutorial.
Sometimes you gotta get out of. Sometimes you gotta get out of this thing of like not introducing different things into your life and introduce different things that is going to enhance certain things, right?
Right.
If the rose is her friend, let it be both our friend. Let you play with that while I'm inside of you, or put that somewhere so it could just enhance the whole mood.
You can't be inside somebody while they using a rose. You in the way.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I believe you can.
You can.
I tried it. I can't concentrate on busting like a nut with the stimulation. One got to take a pause. Like, you know what I mean? If he eating a box, then I could play with the toy. But I can't fuck you and play with the toy. Like, you can't be pounding me. And
if you know how to handle it right, you can position your stomach to hold the rose.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. Yeah, you can do that. But sometimes I gotta concentrate. When I get older, I gotta do one thing at a time.
No, I'm saying like you see Judy. Sister Judy said, I don't like toys. Give me the real deal. You gonna get the real deal, plus you gonna get the toys. So if you enter that toy work, you're gonna get both sensations.
Listen, can I tell y'all something? The toy, I'm telling y'all, I don't care if you're in a relationship, the toy is sensuous. It is. If you allow a man to
your friend.
And go through your body and like fill you up and let him, discover new spots that make you hot. It can arouse the fuck out of both of y'all. And they got this little ring that you could put around their dick that vibrates.
Cock ring.
The balls and all that stuff. Get those.
But you gotta find the men that are comfortable with those toys too, because there's some men that don't.
I think,
or they feel like it's making them feel inferior, like they're not doing their job, and it has nothing to do with it.
I think that depends on how you introduce it. Like if you harsh about it, like he busting, he laying over there, and now you playing with yourself with a toy, then he gonna be looking at you like, damn, I ain't do my job.
I'm not. You know why?
If you look to him, like,
I'm
let's
not.
do this together.
That shit gonna turn. If we went through it, she then got out her toy and she playing with it. That shit only going to entice me a little more because I want to see what she's doing. Now I'm intrigued. Now I want to fucking outrace the fucking toy. I want to play along too. So sometimes, like, you gotta be a confident person. Like, you can't let everything get you down. And if that shit right there bothers you, something's wrong. Like, if you allow a toy to kill your joy,
to keep the spice alive.
you stupid. Because she's gonna use it regardless.
That's important. Keeping it spicy.
If she using it and that shit gives her joy, I give you joy too. Like, if that's what it's gonna do, it's gonna do it.
Hold on now. Hold on now. I also want to say that, I wouldn't have been able to do it in my younger years. My ego wouldn't allow it. My ego wouldn't allow me, to start my younger. It just wouldn't. I'm sorry. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. But now as I'm older,
You don't mind. You grow up. When you grow up, is a different experience, ain't it? Yeah, when you grow up, it's a whole different experience. You see things differently when you grow up. You get older, you see things for what it is.
But let's move on. Katie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna touch on what they said. I, as a nurse, treated patients with ED for years. They are real about the Viagra. When I did triage on a Friday, they called, they wanted their prescriptions. I had one man came out physically ready to whip my ass because he wanted his prescription and the doctor had left for the weekend. So yes, it is essential. Those men want those little blue pills and also the Percocet. Check out your granddaddies and your great uncles. Those are the ones that get it. Now I'm gonna move on to the letter. Are y'all ready? This lady here says she's been a fool, a whole fool, for 18 years. There's so much going on in my home. I've been with my husband for 18 years and we've been married for 4 years. I have 3 children from a previous marriage and we have a daughter together. My husband does not like my children and he talks about them constantly. My kids don't like him either. And after we got married, they moved out of the house. The daughter that I have with him was 13 years old when we got married, and she told me that I should not marry her daddy. I questioned her, but she would not tell me why. When my husband is at home, he stays in our bedroom with the door closed and the TV is always on blast. When he's not in the bedroom or at work, he spends all of his time at his mother's house. Recently, my daughter told me why I should have married her daddy. She says he has a long term girlfriend in Florida, and the girlfriend spends time at my husband's mother house when she's in town. My husband talks to our daughters about his mistress, and he didn't expect her to say anything to me about it. My other children knows too. So now I look like a fool. He has made all of our lives miserable for his own foolish games. Our daughter has no respect for her dad, and I had to tell her that all men are not dogs. My husband says he has asked God to forgive him for all the wrongdoing, but he is not going to stop seeing this woman. So now I am on a mission to leave him and make him pay financially for everything he's put me through. How do I heal from this? When I read it, the only way that I can see healing from that is she has to divorce that man. He's made it plain. He's not going to leave this other woman alone. You cannot heal when you are in the place that is causing the pain. So the only thing that I know you can do is to completely distance yourself from this man. Don't have anything else to do with him. Don't look at any pictures. Don't hear his voice. Don't go look at his mama. Completely erase him from you. In about 3 months, you'll be fine.
All right, can I play devil's advocate here? Do y'all agree with the easiest way to get over a person is to get under a person?
No.
Just a
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't do that one.
Mm-mm.
It just don't
I got
work.
to
It
heal.
don't work. It just don't
Nope.
work. I tried it,
Mm-mm.
and it's just like my box was like, but this ain't daddy. You know what I mean? So you gotta really heal by yourself. Like you can't
Right.
just. It just ain't gonna allow you.
That's right. Wow.
But what do y'all think she needs to do to get over this?
That's just gonna take time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gonna take
Yeah,
time.
18 years is 18 years. That ain't just
That's
something
a
you
lot
can
of
do
time.
easily.
Yeah, it's just gonna take
Right.
time.
It's gonna take time.
Maybe she might need therapy too though. She
She
might
gonna
need
need therapy.
I'm quite sure she
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
she probably got to talk that out.
But more than likely, she's going to stay with him
Oh wow.
But
and
yeah, no.
accept what he
See,
does.
I was in a relationship like that, like where that nigga cheated at all costs. I mean, like I was like, damn, where is you? Is you in a competition? Is you trying to store pussy points or
Yeah.
something? I'm like, this nigga would cheat for no motherfucking reason. And it took me 13 years to realize that he's not going to stop. You know how you I try to be with somebody like I was a ride or die. Like I've been with him for 10 years before I even had the youngest boy by him. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, I'm out here going to work and you looking at it like, oh, that's free time to go do this and go do that. And I'm like, you know, some people had their faults. He going to get through it. And, you know, I would make excuses for it. You know what I mean? Until I realized that, yo, you have to remove yourself. And when you remove yourself, like, and that's what happened to me now. Like, when I remove myself from the situation, I start realizing, you know, me again. I start finding me again. I start looking at myself in the mirror because it was a time that I didn't even know what the fuck I looked like anymore. So like when I was getting myself together, it was actually like puzzle pieces. I'm starting to see my smile again. I'm starting to see the brightness in my face again. It was like I was cleansing myself all over again. So it's going to take some time for her to get herself together, and it ain't nothing nobody can do. Like to tell you to leave that person, you gonna have to get sick of that person. You gonna have to be like, you know what, nigga, that right there was it. And that's the only way I was able to leave and heal myself. It wasn't because somebody said, oh, girl, you got to leave him. I wouldn't be in a relationship like that because I had people that said that. I had people to say that, you know, y'all not really an even match. Like, you know what I mean? Why is you even with dude? And I'm like, in a whole bubble, like, it's wonderful here. I was dick with. What the fuck? I was like that. And people could say he had a strip dick, but that motherfucker knew how to dance in it. You know what I mean? He had me like hypnotized. That's what get a lot of women. It be the dick. It don't even be what the fuck you doing to him. It be the dick.
Right.
So you got to just cut the motherfucker off and be like, you know, buckle down on it. And that's how I got into toys. I start, you know what I mean? I start learning myself.
Right.
I start saying, well, goddamn, I make myself feel good. I don't gotta do nothing for this nigga. You know what I mean? I can go to bed. I can sleep right here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it's just a matter of it's going to be a long fucking road. It's going to be like you could be in a fetal position crying on the motherfucking floor. I wasn't like that, but I did have times, you know what I mean, in life where I was like, why do people keep hurting? You know what I mean? But it is a process. There's a process.
Yeah, like Cynthia was saying, God in time. So I have seen a lot of girls, you know, get back into the church of it and get back into loving God, and you know, you taking their mind off it, like putting your mind to something else. That'll help. And if she does therapy, that'll help because she'll be able to talk through it. Like it's a difference when you're talking to your friends than when you're talking to, you know, a specialist. So she's just gonna have to talk through it. It's gonna take time and patience, you know. So
Yep.
Yeah. For sure.
what's up,
But
people?
if she's listening, you're going to get through it. It's going to take some time because love is like the
Oh yeah, she just got to cry it out. You know, that's the one thing people are afraid to. People think that if you're in love with somebody, that you got to be with that person. They don't know how to love from afar. You got to learn how to love from afar. As you love from afar, that love will fade. But it's no need of staying inside of that hurt, crying on a daily basis. Well, you just going to get that crying out as you get that love out. But
Right.
you know,
I don't think the love has to fade. I think you just have to know where to put it. Like you just have to characterize it as like I love him, but I don't want to be with him. Like, you just have to a good pocket to put it
Yeah,
in.
but naturally, as they fade out of your energy, as y'all are not dealing with each other, the love is not going to be there like that.
What the,
I
what,
mean, because
who
you
says
find
that?
somebody else to love.
Who says that, KD?
I mean, if you find someone else that is,
So,
that you're
so,
going to fall in
so you
love
don't,
with,
so
you
you don't love anybody from your past ever? Like you can still possible to love somebody from your past and know that.
when I'm through with them, see, I'm through with them.
So you don't have no cares about them at all. Like
But not be in love with them.
I'm not
I'm
saying
not going to be.
I'm not saying in love. I'm saying just love them. You still love them as a person. Like I still got love for you. That don't mean I'm in love. I just got love for you. Like
Well, if I don't see you, I'm not loving you. When I push you out my energy, you're gone.
I cannot.
I mean,
No, it be
I
certain
mean,
people
you're
that
It
not in my
is
face on a
sometimes.
daily basis, not
Mm-mm.
even on a
and y'all say,
bi-yearly basis.
and y'all say we the cold-hearted ones. Like y'all say we the cold-hearted ones. Soon as a nigga's out your life, y'all don't give a fuck about him no more. Like
But I
oh,
think it's
I
too,
mean, it's
also the
mm,
processing of the pain.
I can't.
You know what I mean? What pain did they put you through that you had to process and that you had to
that's
isolate that
right.
love and those feelings? And then you don't just put it up on the shelf just to get over it. You put that shit all the way in the back and you keep it moving and you don't revisit that. So I think that's
That's
where
right.
it's a little difficult
All
for
right.
women
So let
sometimes
me
to
ask.
step
Let me
into that.
let me ask. Let me ask Nell. So no, any of your old girlfriends, do you still have love for them, or are you just completely erasing them out your life? What's up? What's up, good brother? You don't got nothing to say?
is it on? Is it
Um,
Is it pandering time? What's happening?
nah, that's a hard thing. Actually hard to answer because come on, man. Do I have love for an old relationship? I
Right.
love them because I love them because I once loved them, meaning I'm not
Right.
in love with them, but I
Right.
still care enough
That's what
to
I'm
make sure that
saying.
they're good. I don't
That's
never
what I'm
want to see
saying.
nobody.
These three
I
ladies
never
right
want to
here
see
is saying,
nobody
fuck
fucked
that
up.
nigga. Fuck
Yeah,
that
like I don't like
The fuck,
I don't have that
yeah.
kind of
Shit, he
I
ain't
don't
in
have that kind of,
my life no more. What the fuck I care?
but no, no, I don't
Uh-uh.
want I
Once
don't
I'm
never
through,
want
I'm
to have
through.
that kind of energy for nobody to where
Right.
it's fuck that person, fuck them,
Right.
fuck them, fuck them. Like I don't that you know what that does to me? That puts more shit on my heart than it does them.
Right.
Because I'm
shit?
harboring ill will.
Not if
And
I'm
they
not thinking about them. I just don't have them nowhere in my energy. Now, I'm not going. That's not to say that if one day I could do something for someone and they asked me that I would not do it. But no, I'm not.
it's
Uh-uh.
almost
Once you're
for
out
me,
of my energy, you're
for me,
gone.
it's almost like the less negativity I have to have,
Right.
the better. It's almost it takes more energy to hate a person and to be mad at a person and can
That's what
carry
I'm
that
saying.
hate or
Like
that
I feel like
It's
madness.
no hate
But
though.
it's
That's the
not no
thing. It's
hate.
no
That's what I was
hate.
getting ready to say.
But
It's
it
no
It's
but
not.
hate.
It's no
it might not
feeling.
be hate, but
I
it's
feel
but
like
look
y'all
at
There's
this.
holding
no
on.
feelings.
Hold
But
on. I
look
feel
at the
like y'all
narratives.
holding
Look
on.
at the narrative that's always
I
painted.
feel like y'all
We hear
holding
a
on
lot
to
about
hurt.
how my ex wasn't this shit.
Right.
Y'all carry that. Y'all can
Right.
tell stories about your ex.
Mm-mm.
We don't carry that shit with us because we written that off to being that's an
Right.
ex and that's where it's going to stay. To where y'all use that as fuel as
Right.
why y'all still single or why y'all move how y'all move. So y'all haven't fully gotten over that shit. As much as y'all want to put that out
Hold
there in the
on.
energy, in the atmosphere.
But
Oh, it ain't no bad
how are we
will. I
using that
don't hate
now?
them. No,
Example.
whatever. But y'all use that shit like it's a
Example.
badge of honor.
You using it not to be open, KD. You using it as to stand on your
Yeah, it's like y'all using it as a wall.
using
All
it in
right,
the
the reason I
That
got my
has
wall
nothing
built
to
up is
do with
because of
me.
my ex.
I'm through with
The reason
that.
why I'm the way
I'm
I
through
am
with
is
that. That has
my ex.
nothing to do with me.
The reason why I'm
A
single is
nigga
because
can't
of
even
my
say
ex.
hi
It's
to you
never
right
like
now because
I'm
of
the reason
that.
why I'm single is
Like,
because I'm
that's
still
why a
looking.
nigga can't say hi to you right now is because of that. That's
They
why.
can say hi to me. They can. I am the way I have always been. T. I can promise you that. This right here, I've always been like this. They can say hi to me.
But isn't that a lot of the times a lot of the times when we hear why something is I'm like this, or this is how it was, and I'm my ex, or
Right.
my ex.
My
We
ex
heard a lot about my ex.
My ex made
where
this.
From the two of us, we don't refer to relationships that didn't work. It's out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. It's like that's not the reason why I'm single now. I'm single because it didn't work out.
And
I'm
also,
single because forever came before it was time to. You won't hear me saying I'm jaded or I moved the way I moved because my ex did me wrong, or
I can't recall ever saying that. I've always said we grew apart. I have no hate for him.
All right,
Now, do I be in his life? No.
So my question is this: the same way how you have friends that you're not friends with anymore, you still have love for them. It's just I just don't fuck with you. I
No,
carry.
hell, I could. No, T, I'm sorry. I'm this type. If I cut you out of my life for any reason, that's a reason. When I cut you, you gone. I got nothing for you.
So if that's the case, how come we hear about why or the reason why I don't do this, my ex, or I'm like this because my ex, or whatever. We hear a lot because of exes, or the reason why I move the way I move, or the reason why I'm still single is because somebody did me wrong, or somebody didn't give me what I wanted, or whatever. Why is a lot of the times when we hear from women in regards to why they single, it's always attached to what somebody didn't do.
Because if
versus I just made the
I can answer that. I can answer that.
Listen, if you cut that off and you don't give a fuck, then you wouldn't carry that energy. That's what he's saying.
No, I don't have that energy around me.
Listen.
But but to answer your question, Nell, most women now, if I said anything like that, I can't remember. But they say that because they have grown from that era. Things that they took, things that hurt them, grew them. So that's what they're speaking on. They're not going back that route. Now they may use the term what the ex done, but they grew through that. They grew from that.
But are you growing in a negative or positive energy? Are you growing in a
No.
negative? You could be growing in a negative energy doing that.
Can I say something?
I guess that depends on how you go.
Go ahead, cuz.
I need to say something. It takes a lot of strength, even for some men that had their heart broken, to get back into things. It ain't even about what my ex did. What my ex did is about me being very careful not to let that happen to me again. Fuck what he did is what I allowed happen, to happen to me. And if I see smoke, I'm not going to wait for the fire. So like if I see you doing things that put me in a situation where I'm doubtful about can I move on with you, or I'm just not going to go that route. It ain't the fact of you blocking and you building walls. Is no, I'm not going to allow me to be hurt, because fucking being hurt and climbing out of that hole of being hurt and not trusting nobody no more, and then you got to trust somebody again.
Right.
I'm at the point. I'm not one of them people that I'm not fucking with nobody because of what my ex did to me. I'm not even worried about that shit. Me and that nigga can sit there and eat and break bread and all that shit, and then you getting the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Right. We are able to talk, but I'm not gonna allow somebody to force me to be in a relationship, or because you doing it because of what your ex did. No, sir. I'm doing it because when I make that move, I'm gonna be ready to make that move. But right now, I'm just not ready to make that move. So it's not what your ex did to you, is what people are not going to allow anymore. You know what I mean?
That's understandable, but it's not.
That's what I'm saying. So my question is, just like we all from a certain place. So you have family that did some shit to you. You still love your family, right? So so when it's an ex, that love just automatically disappears. Like,
there is a difference if it's an ex.
That's family. That ex ain't family.
Y'all don't have no attachment. Like
I can treat family the same way I can treat anybody. I can cut off a family member and be like, fuck that family member. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's all the same to me. Like, it's all the same.
Sometimes you just answered your own question. If you can say fuck a family member and not fuck with them no more,
Right.
the same thing with an ex. Fuck them, I'm
But
not fucking with them no more.
but that's what I'm saying.
Easier with an ex.
But that's what
Right.
I'm saying. And it's also times where I could be like, I still got love for you. Like, I still got love for you. I'm not going to be like, I don't have no love for this person at all. They was a part of my life. Like, we might have, a lot of shit might have, gone through. We might have gone through a lot of shit. So just because we're not together no more, I'm not going to say I don't have no love for you at all.
It depends on what the person did.
I don't care what the person did. It don't matter.
If that motherfucker went in your bank
Oh, yes, hell, it do make a difference, T.
Yeah, it do make
Yes,
a difference.
hell, it does make a difference. Yes. Yes.
Well, if she crazy glued your dick to your leg, you still won't fuck with her.
It's been girls that have tried to kill me before, cuz. Are you fucking serious?
And you still love them? And you still got love for them?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying you don't want nothing to happen to them or you don't want to see nobody doing bad and none of that stuff, but you still got love for them after having tried to take your life.
But what's the difference?
Right, because
what's the difference?
I know where that came
from. What's the opposite of love?
I understand where that came from. I understand that you was in a crazy emotional point. Yeah. I understand what it is.
What's the opposite of love, though? So if I loved you and I said I loved you at some point and I shared that with you, what's the opposite of that? Hate?
No, it's the opposite of I love you more. Say no.
No, I'm saying though. So after we dissolve and we're no longer, am I now just supposed to hate you or not even like have any consideration? Like I just, you know what that means? It just it kind of confirms a lot of things about ourselves because we ultimately have the opportunity. We ultimately have the responsibility of what comes in and out of our lives, right? We're the common denominator in those transactions, right? So if we're continuously putting ourselves in those same patterns and situations, we are the ones to blame, not the other person, not our ex. Yes, our ex can fuck up. Our ex, people can do what they want to do because that's what they do. But at the end of the day, if the behaviors that we're choosing are the same, then we need to look at ourselves and say, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Not them. And people don't do that. Everybody is so quick to throw the buck at the other person and say they were wrong instead of saying I was wrong. I'm the fucking culprit because I'm choosing these motherfuckers.
Well, that's what She-Bear said. You want to make sure you don't make the same mistake.
To get to this point where they can do what they want to do to me.
Eliminate their whole fucking existence. Like that don't mean you can.
Hell yeah, forget they exist.
Because y'all think is that we hate their existence, but it's not that you hate it. It's just that I don't want to go back. You know?
Yeah, you don't give them thought.
I don't want to go back either, but I don't hate to the point where see it takes more for me to give a fuck.
It's not hate.
It takes more for me to give a fuck to hate a person or to be mad than to just move on.
Right.
But I don't gotta.
But that's how you're moving on.
How emotional do y'all look at us?
Because they don't want to be friends with them motherfuckers no more.
No, I'm not saying you gotta be friends. I'm
not saying you gotta be friends.
I'm saying you just completely forgot or you just completely erased everything that you.
When you see him, you be like, "What's up?" That is that good?
But it's
that's it. You ain't gotta have you ain't gotta fall in love with them over again. What's up? How you doing? Keep it going.
What I'm saying is, if you're my family, my friend, whoever the fuck you are to me, if I once loved you, I'm gonna always have a little piece of love for you. I might not fuck with you no more, but I'm not gonna ever say I don't have any love for you at all. I'm never gonna say that. You was my fucking
not real.
You sure about that, T? You sure about that, T?
That's not real.
Sure about it. Yes, I'm sure about it.
You sure about that, T? Okay.
I'm very sure. I'm cool with everybody. I'm cool.
But why, But what is it? Why hate? You moved on. Right. So, what you care to hate them for? What you care to?
But see, that's the thing. It's not hate that I'm not carrying anything because I'm not giving any thought. Therefore, I don't have anything to carry. If I see them in the street, hey, how you doing? I'm speaking. I'm speaking through you.
Eddie, I'm not asking you to have any thoughts about them on any given day. You said I don't love them anymore at all.
Well, I mean, to love them, you got to give thought to them. And
No,
I'm
you
sorry, but I don't
no,
give
you
no
don't.
thought to it.
No, you don't. I'm not thinking about
Now
you.
I'm not gonna. No, I don't want anything bad to happen to him, or anything like that. I would not wish anything bad to happen. But I am not giving thought to you. That's giving my energy to you, and I'm not doing that.
I'm
When
not
my
asking.
energy is through, it's through.
I'm not asking for your thoughts, Katie. You said I don't love them anymore. That's what you said. We're not gonna. Well,
Well, then, yeah,
it's
I'm
never.
just being
It's never
honest.
gonna. It's never going to be a time where I had love for somebody where I'm going to say, no, I don't have no love for you anymore, period. I don't give a fuck what you did to me. I've been
Well, that depends on your definition of love, I suppose.
That's what I'm saying. If you love somebody, you love somebody. That shit just doesn't disappear, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, hell it can. To me, it can.
That's crazy.
It's
Y'all
cool.
cold hearted.
It's great.
I'm giving y'all the cold hearted badge.
It's not cold hearted.
Fuck it is.
it's cool.
That's not being
It's
cold hearted, T.
it's
It's a
great.
lot of layers that go into that.
A lot of layers.
Sometimes the love is stripped from you. So whether you love them
Exactly.
with all your heart or not, sometimes over the course of time, that love is stripped down to, yes, I did love him at some point, and then that motherfucker stripped it all from me. So it's a lot of different things. You know, if we talking about situational, then, you know, obviously it's going to be different. Every guy ain't the same. Every man that didn't do you the same way. So your love is going to be a little bit different. You know what I mean? But some men strip it all from you and you don't have nothing left.
Absolutely. That's the part I agree with. That's what I'm
So
saying.
even if that does happen, did you ever love them?
Yeah, but a person can remove that from you by their actions, because then it's like, well,
That's
I
what I'm
love this man.
saying.
Did he ever really love me by the shit that he was doing?
Right. He
And
might
not
not have
all
loved
men. I'm
That's
just
what
saying.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is he might not have loved you, but if you
Right.
loved him, you loved him, and that just doesn't disappear. I don't. I'm
Right,
not.
but action sometimes removes that love.
Sorry, it can disappear, T.
It removes the in
All
love.
right. So this is my
It
question,
removes
right?
the in love. It's not
Why do we
removed
get
by
so
love.
hung up? Why do we get so hung up on what somebody else does? If we go into this saying, I love you, I control with how I feel, why the fuck does it matter what somebody else is doing?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, if a person didn't love you the way that you wanted to be loved, that don't take away from you still loving them
That's what I'm
or you
saying.
still
Absolutely
having
not.
that
No,
feeling.
that's not what I'm
No, it's
saying.
not
That's
I know,
taking
no,
not
no,
away.
at all what
I
I'm
know that's not what
saying.
you're saying. But too
Right.
many times is that the fucking narrative where people is
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, they did this or they didn't love me, so I don't even care no more." Like that ain't even real. I don't understand how that's real.
Right.
Or they allow themselves to become in this pattern where somebody else is the reason why they something didn't succeed or something didn't go the way they wanted to go, and they blame everybody else. Cool, you was in love with that person, you was in love. It didn't work out. Move the fuck on. You got out of it. You out of
And
it.
that's what you
Make a
do.
new
That's
fucking
why I
way
say you
for
don't think
yourself.
about it.
That's what you
Make a
do.
new
But
way
during
for
that
yourself.
process of you getting out, there may be actions that are slowly stripping you of anything.
All right. So
So
the moment you
that's
got
all
out
I
and you
was saying.
gathered yourself, or the moment you got out and you regained yourself, right? Why harp on that still?
Right.
You
Well, as you
found
should.
you found a
Now,
safe haven. You've out of it. Why do
bro,
people want to
bro.
find a safe place in misery? It almost
Right.
feels like people love the fact of being miserable to have somebody say, you know, you're right, or like the bike button, or people love misery instead of saying, I'm out of that. I'm thriving. I figured it out and I'm good. Wow, why keep using past experiences to continue to fuel the future?
So, bro, you just answered your own question. Like when I said earlier, if you don't want to deal with that person that you left, then ain't that leaving the shit alone?
Yes, but do people do that
That's
though?
right.
Chief, that's what I'm saying. You'll see
That's what
people say
that's
they
what
out of
everybody
it.
is trying to explain to you, that they not dealing with that person because they don't want to, they leaving the shit alone. They don't
Are
want
they
to, like,
really living
it's
alone
like,
by still talking about it?
but they're not talking about it. You're saying, why can't you see this person and still have love for them? You
No,
don't
fuck
want me
that.
to love
I'm cool with that part. You don't got to see me ever in whatever. I don't care, right? What I'm saying is, if you've made the decision to walk away from something, right, and you said, all right, cool, I walked away, I'm out of it now, I'm by myself, I ain't even with that. Why continue to use that as a narrative? Because you got a lot of people out here that got narratives on top of narratives on top of narratives on why they not where they at in life. How come they about to go this and they got to do this and they got to do that? It's almost like they showing out for people. They auditioning for the bullshit, and it be blowing me.
Tell me this. You ain't never be driving somewhere or eating something, and the thought of just comes in your head of what somebody did to you that hurted you.
No. No.
Don't tell me nobody
No.
never had
You know what? When I'm driving somewhere and I'm going somewhere, you know what the thought on my mind is?
For years.
No, if I'm driving somewhere, I'm going somewhere, the thought on my mind is, damn, the sneaker store closed? Damn. Is that
bullshit?
Shit still
I call
open?
bullshit, bro. I call bullshit.
I'm not, it's not the bullshit. I don't got time to sit up there and worry about stupid shit.
It's not, I'm not saying it's stupid shit, but if your sneakers wasn't in that store, you gonna go home and you gonna be eating, you be like, I be damn, the sneaker store was closed. That's fucked up. The sneaker store was closed.
No. Hold on, because I realized that I might have went out too goddamn late, now the store is closed.
Hold on, Nell. Look, cause yeah, that does happen. Cause what does that mean?
It don't mean shit. But what I'm saying is, you move on from them things, but you will have thoughts. You know what I mean?
But they don't.
Now, if you get a person that sit around you and be like, remember when I told you about when he did this and that, then that's
swallowing.
Move on. But it is a human nature that had been with somebody and they treated you bad, and for you to have a thought about it. I mean, whether you leave it in
every other day.
I agree with that.
Some things do reoccur.
Every other day.
I agree with that, cuz.
I agree.
All right, so let me ask you a question, because we family, right?
What's your
we
question?
follow each other. Why did you take a break from social media? Because it got too toxic. You needed to step away from something because it got to whatever you was reading became too toxic in order for you to deal with whatever you had going on in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. The toxicity of people continuing this narrative, and it's never positive. It's never, damn, I made it. Yay. I'm going to live my life now.
But
can we bring up the KC statement, please?
20 years ago.
You can't be the judge when somebody let something go. They got to let it go when they good and ready. You can't tell somebody.
Katie, what about it? What about it, Katie?
And what now?
What about it? What's the question?
Okay, read it. Somebody read it out, please. I'm on my phone. I can't see it.
It says it's a process.
Know the complete details.
That's right. It's a process. You get yourself out of that energy. Why in the hell do you want to stay in it? It's a process.
It's not staying in the energy. Nobody's asking you to stay in the energy. I said, if I once loved you, it's never going to be a time where I completely don't love you anymore. That's what I said.
So is that a double standard?
I never said it wasn't a process. It's a process.
If the man
and to each his own. To each his own. That's the way some people are. I mean,
all right, so is it a double standard?
So we have to deal with
living in a world where it's a double standard, which we know it is. If a man is still carrying on and still thinking about his ex and still living in the past, what you want to tell that man? Straighten the fuck up. You still thinking about her? Oh, she must be still on your mind, and he better get it together. He want to be with you. But if the shoe was on the other foot, we supposed to comfort you when we supposed to be there for you and whatever. How is that the case?
You ain't got to come for me because I ain't got nobody on my mind. That's what I'm saying.
Let's not do that. Let's answer.
No, okay. Didn't we just say? Didn't I just say? I am. I'm answering the question. What you said? I ain't got nobody on my mind. Like I said, when I'm through with the energy, I'm through.
Eddie, when did we ever say they had to be on your mind? Nobody ever said that. I never said that. I never said that. I never said you have to think about this person. I never
said to keep the love for them, you're gonna keep them in your energy.
No, KD, you have family members that you might not have seen in 20 fucking years. You still love them? Yes.
Well, that's different. Yeah, because we did not go through a breakup. I mean, when I am through with someone, as far as a breakup, friendship, or whatever, I'm not gonna keep that in my energy because I have to keep my peace. And
Crazy.
not again. That's not to say that if that person called me and needed something and I could do something for them, that I would not do it. But no, I cannot live inside of that. I
Nobody asked
cannot.
you
Now that's me. Everybody have to handle it their own way,
I can't.
and that's not being cold-hearted.
Is
That's
that
just
real?
protecting your heart.
I
Is
don't
that
think
no?
it's
It's
being
not. This
cold
not a
hearted.
pick on.
I think
Like
To like
let's
I
not
say,
get
that's the way
misconstrued.
I
This
deal
ain't a
with it.
pick on
I
you
can't deal with it
hour.
the way you guys deal with it.
No. It's not a
I have
pick
to
on
deal
you
with it
hour.
my way.
I want this to be understood. This is not a pick on you hour. It's just that you're commenting, right? So if we wouldn't know about your husband or ex-husband if you didn't make mention of it. So you can't say in
Well, of
one
course I've
sentence,
made mention
I'm
of it
not
because
using that
that's the
energy,
only
but in
relationship I've
another
had.
sentence, we know about why, we know about this and we know about that because if it's been brought up. If that energy ain't still
It's
there,
been brought up.
you're
Okay,
not going to refer to that specific thing.
excuse me. Excuse me. It's been brought up because we were talking about relationship wise. That's the only relationship that I have to refer to. That's the only reason. Is he on
Understood.
my? No, I don't waste
Understood.
energy there.
But a lot of
Now
things
he's
were
my
said.
son's father. Yes, there is concern. But no, I am not wasting energy there.
No one said you're wasting energy. I'm just saying we bring things up or we talk about things that we care about.
we be
If we
forgetting
had no
about
care
the
about it,
comments. I
we're
can't
not
stand.
referring to it because we don't have enough energy to refer back to it. You
Mhm.
don't care about something, you don't refer to it. That's why I think he's saying
Well,
you
I
can say
only
you
refer
don't
to it
love
when
no
we are
more, but you
speaking
still
of
got some kind of
relationship.
love there at some point, at some kind of something. It ain't just
That's
that
the only
person did to
relationship
me.
I have to refer to. That's
It's
all.
not. No. We're not saying that. We're
So
not
I
saying
don't
that.
have to be vague about that relationship. That's the only relationship I can refer to.
I can't.
Well, guess what? And that's what makes us human. Everybody
Mhm.
have their own situation that they go through. Everybody have their thoughts, and you're not wrong for your having, how you feel as though how your life is supposed to be ran. You're not wrong for having your thoughts on how you want people to get over this shit. Everybody deal with their own shit, how they deal with their own shit.
Right.
Mhm.
And you're not wrong for nobody is wrong for dealing with the shit how they deal with it.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
Yep.
Once
Everybody
I'm
do it
through, I'm through.
differently.
Once I'm through, I'm through. It is what it is. That don't mean they dead to me. It just
That's
mean
what
I'm
I'm
through.
saying.
I don't wish no ill will. I don't wish no harm. I don't wish no give a
but
fuck.
listen, in so many
It
words,
is
we're
what it
all
is.
saying the same thing. We are
Mhm.
saying
Yeah, we all saying the same thing. We
Exactly.
just saying it a different. We saying it in a different tone. We saying it in a different language.
right. I don't hate nobody. I'm too tired. Hatred is an
Yeah.
energy
Mhm.
drainer. I don't hate nobody. What I did, what I'm mad at myself for staying in a relationship like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm mad at myself because I knew
Mhm.
what was going on and I didn't do nothing about it. I just sat there and like, oh, he's gonna change. So no, I don't hate him. I'm disappointed in the things that he did because I felt like we was better than that. You know what I mean? I gave you your room to grow when we was younger. We started dealing with each other when I was like 20. I had to be like 28, something like that, 25, 26, something like that. And the things we talked about, it wasn't what was going on. Like it seemed like you didn't care. It started making me feel insecure. It started making me look at myself like, damn, what am I doing wrong? Did I get ugly, overnight? Or, I know I gained weight. But it's not us, it's that person. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because if you had somebody that loved you and cared about you, they're gonna be like, babe, you gaining a couple pounds, we need to go to the gym. You know what I mean? Not on no hurtful shit, but I'm gonna do it with you. You know what I mean? I know you used to keeping yourself up. So you know what I mean? Those people will take that journey with you. But
Mhm.
that's just me.
Let's wrap up. Let's wrap up.
Yes, because I'm gonna knock that. I'm gonna hit that pillow hard as shit. I ain't been on this joint in a long time. I'm about to fucking
No,
We love you too, Nell. We love you too.
that's all I'm saying now.
We love you too,
That's all
Nell.
I'm saying now.
It's positivity all around us. But yo, so this right here is my segment. David Ruffin segment, right? So it's called Going in 60 Seconds with Nell. And this is our sports and entertainment section. We can't lead the show without going over this. So we are now in the second round of the NBA playoffs. Can you believe it? Before you know, we will be in the finals. But right now, we have 6 teams playing out of 8, right? So you got the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Boston Celtics. You got the Warriors playing the Memphis Grizzlies. You got the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Miami Heat, right? And you also have the Phoenix Suns playing the Dallas Mavericks. So today's 2 games, we've seen Milwaukee beat the first game of the series, and they beat the Boston Celtics, and we've seen the Golden State Warriors beat the Memphis Grizzlies by 1 point on the last second shot by Klay Thompson. Welcome back, Klay. You know what I mean? Tomorrow, we see the 76ers take on the tough Miami Heat team. Me, as a 76ers fan, is a little concerned. Big man Joel Embiid will be missing at least the first 2 games from an elbow that he sustained in the last game against the Toronto Raptors. He broke his orbital bone, bone right here over his eye, and is concussed. So he is now out for the first 2 games of the series, making it tough for the 76ers. Also, the Dallas Mavericks take on the Phoenix Suns in another tough game. These 4 matchups right here will lead to 2 teams facing off in the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals for a berth in the NBA Finals. So but be on the lookout for that. Also, this week in NFL news, we're seeing that the NFL draft took place in good old Las Vegas. So if your team was looking to strengthen its chances of going to the Super Bowl, to the playoffs, or whatever they're trying to do, they did it this weekend by adding players to their team to make them better, right? Also, in entertainment news, something to be on the lookout for that we'll be seeing soon is the movie. If you're one of those DC comic fans or one of those like Marvel comic fans, this movie is coming out May 5th, and it is Doctor Strange. I got a lot of feedback over here. Give me 1 second, people.
Yeah, you got something on now.
Doctor Strange.
No, just ripped it off the wall.
I just threw it. Doctor Strange is coming out May 5th. That's something that will be in the theaters, movie theaters. Actually, movie theaters are again releasing Spider-Man, which is shown Doctor Strange in that, going into the metaverse and doing all this kind of crazy stuff. Also, my boy Liam Neeson has a movie that just came out this week. So go out and see that. Entertainment news. Also, if you haven't seen it, make sure you go out and see it. Medea's Homecoming. Our girl, Karen D. Nell, right there, bottom, right, left, wherever she at on your screen, is in this movie. You want to make sure you go out and support this young lady's endeavors. I also know she's on a set of a lot of great movies and TV shows that we like to watch. Also on Tubi, Irreconcilable Differences is up there, is playing. She plays the mother. We already know that she's crazy, and she's even crazier on there. So make sure you go out and check out these great movies. And also tune in this week to me and T's Holiday. We're still on holiday right now, so please don't bother us. NBA Finals, the NBA basketball playoffs is on pretty soon. We'll start to see the NFL come back in August and September. And then also, hopefully, your NFL team has gotten better. Also, in other entertainment news, something that you don't want to miss is Wednesday, 8 p.m. This is one of the topics of discussion in and around the neighborhood. Telemade Kicks. You don't want to miss it. This is where T and myself and a host of others get together and we talk about all the latest and greatest, be it sneakers, entertainment, fashion, whatever it may be. Last week we had a great guest on, and this young lady showed us that you can be classy and sassy but still be a sneakerhead. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought? So tune into us 8 p.m. on Wednesday for Telemade Kicks, and every Sunday for Uncensored Minds. And that's going to 60 Seconds with Nell.
All right, ladies. Any last words, ladies? What's up?
Oh, good. Great show, guys.
Great show. Yo,
Great show.
we gotta make sure, Karen brought something to our attention on you know what I mean, Karen, what's this one again for the kids? I don't want to mess that name up.
Self-esteem for the teens.
Self-esteem for the teens.
Self-esteem for the teens.
I bring that up is because this is now we're in prom season, right? We're starting to see a lot of young people going to the prom. We're starting to see a lot of people get ready to eventually walk down the aisle. And you might got that teen that doesn't have a date, doesn't have anything going on just because they just been bullied or they just don't think they're adequate enough. Take that teen and make them feel special. Be a mentor. You know what I mean? Take them on a prom if you have to. But be something of positivity, because at some point they're our future. They're gonna be directing us in life. You know what I mean? They're the ones who are gonna be helping to contribute to our retirement and pension funds and things like that, and helping to grow certain medicines that's gonna help us live longer. So make sure we get in front of a teen and make sure we change their life. We will be on a show in the near future. Again, as I said before, we're gonna have a young lady on here by the name of Charlotte, who has this mentoring program here in the Philadelphia area. Not mentors girls, but also boys. And we're going to get a chance to talk to her and see what some of the challenges and adversities that she faces as being someone that's a mentor and also that has a program like this, and what we need to do to get in front of these kids to help their futures grow even brighter. So that's some things that you can be on the lookout for here at Uncensored Minds, along with Mental Health Month, lupus, and also, the teen prevention month as well. What else we got, y'all?
That's everything, good brother. Just said a mouthful. We gotta get out of here. It's 12, almost 12 now. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling y'all like this. Stop playing with us. Y'all better start listening to us on Spotify.
Right.
And also Apple Music. We not on here because we like to look pretty. We on here because we want to make y'all laugh and feel good. Catch us on Uncensored Minds, the podcast on YouTube under Telemate. You know what I mean? Like, subscribe, share, comment. Also, catch us on Monday and Tuesday on that audio when T decides to drop it. Be on the lookout for that. We got some great clips. He takes his time with it. Y'all don't understand what goes on behind the scenes. I know we laugh and joke a lot, but behind the scenes, we working for y'all. We making sure that we provide y'all with some of the best content and lay it out so great for y'all so that y'all can have it just to view with y'all friends and whatever. We appreciate all the new supporters that we get here at Uncensored Minds. Continue to like us and share us. Before we go, I wanted to say, I know we always big up the ladies. Let's big up the men tonight. What's his name? Tez. Aisha. What's his handle on?
Oh shit. My bad.
Huh?
He snapshots _ Tez.
My man is doing real big things out here. He's an avid supporter of our channel, right? Avid supporter of our channel. He got big things popping. That's one of the people that's behind the scenes, that's behind us, pushing us, motivating us to be better. And there's individuals like that who need to be supported. So my man Tess, thank you again for supporting us here in Uncensored Minds. Thank you for all that you do. And thank you to all the supporters out there for continuing to keep us on y'all brain. We'll see y'all next Sunday, episode 77. Get it?
Thank you.
Hello. Whoa.
Whoa.
I just want to shout out Lady KC, who is an avid member here. She's always supported us. She have Coolsville on Fridays. I believe it's at 7 p.m. I try to post it up on my page when she send me the link. Let's get behind her and support her. She is growing. It is called Coolsville, if I'm not mistaken, Lady KC. And that is all, y'all, for me. I got to get out of here at 3.
They said she would need to replace me, huh?
Sure, they really say
Hey, they don't even want me no more. They want you.
They don't want me full time. Y'all don't want me full time, baby.
Hey, they said they ready to
want
trade
you
me
full
in.
time. Yeah.
They know I love them though. I love the whole fam. We be
Girl, we love you here.
like
You
I
know
said,
that.
Yes.
anything we say personal, half the time we joke and we still do that on Earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we glad that you came over on this side with us, man.
Definitely. My cuz was in my ear like, yo, where the fuck you been? Like, come holler at
Right.
me. So I had to find some time to come on here because I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. You know what I mean? I'm looking for a house. On top of looking for a house, like I just started to get my feet wet. They having like a little thrift store. I want to have the thrift store, so I'm going down, the Clark Park event, and I'm so gently use items to try to get my feet wet to see where I want to venture at. Trying to do a lot of stuff on top of working. All of the jobs.
All right. Well, let's get about it.
All right.
Hey,
All right,
Mom.
good night.
Good night.
Bye, people.
Great show.
Love you, Mom.